welcome to the Sintra Pro 2019. I'm your host Nuno Cardoso here in the APB World Tour series event, and we already started with the round 2. Round 1 was jump off, so all of the riders in round 2 got qualified into round 1. Sorry, got qualified into round 2. And this event has just started, so welcome everyone in the webland. We're here back in Sintra for the long singlet, the Portuguese Rodrigo Lopes. So good luck to everyone that is joining the competition here in this World Tour Series event. This is the Sintra Pro 2019. So right now in the water we have our first wave riddance. So if you can lock in Cheerio Stack Tap, you will see the first scores. So opening up the seat was the rider in red from France, Ian Clorek, scoring a 4-point wave so far. And we just saw Ethan Capdeville having a look at a left, and but there was not much scoring potential there, so he kicked back out. So up and riding now, it's Angelo Freda from Venezuela. Nice tricks you see there. He's trying to find another section in that wave. Unfortunately for Angelo, he's getting out of that one. So as you can see on your screen, the conditions kind of look messy today, because since yesterday a big storm front just hit the coast of Portugal, bringing north winds, strong north winds, messing up a little bit the lineup, but we still have some nice conditions to be at in this day number 1 of the Sintra Pro, as we watch the rider in red going for his second wave, the young Frenchman trying to connect this wave all the way to the inside. Already a couple of moves on it, as we're going straight into a replay of the last wave of the Portuguese Rodrigo Lopes. And let's see if we can have a replay of this last wave of Erwin Clorek, the Frenchman, who has opened up and started the procedures here in round 2 of the Sintra Pro. And as you can see, Erwin was able to work this wave all the way into the inside with a combination of spin moves and some rolls. So this will probably be his best wave, and so far for me the best wave in this heat number 1 of round 2. So everyone that's tuning in right now, we have the Portuguese rider Rodrigo Lopes in the black singlet, just going for a roll there in that right-hander, and we'll wait for the scores on this first wave exchange between these riders. So today we have the event schedule already defined. We're going to go through the Pro Men's division. This is the round 2 of that division, and this is heat number 1. So we just started day number 1 of the Sintra Pro 2019. So welcome everyone just tuned in, and we have already some interesting battles in hand just for this first day of competition. We do remind you that this event runs the Pro Men's division, the Pro Women's division, the Pro Junior division, and also the Drop Knee division. So like always happens here in Sintra, and as a tradition, we do cater to all of the divisions of bodyboarding here. And yeah, welcome to the European leg of the World Tour of 2019. We're just watching right now the rider in the white singlet. This is Angelo Freda from Venezuela, going for a nice roll there. Now trying to combo some spin moves into the inside, but unfortunately for Angelo, the wave just faded and there was not much there to finish that wave off with some more moves. Nevertheless, there was an interesting, very interesting roll there from Angelo, and I think, in my opinion, it's going to be his best wave. So, sorry for not having the scores on your screen. We're solving some issues with the scoring system, but if you log into the Stacked app, you can follow all the scores live. Even if you had the scores on your screen, Stacked app will always give you the scores faster, and because it's live. So as soon as the judges punch in the scores, the average comes out, and once it's official, it's boom, right there in the Stacked app. So if you don't have Stacked app, STACT, just search it on your Android or iOS, download it, and as soon as you open it up, you'll see Sintra Pro, and click on it. You can go live, you can have info on the event, and if you click results, you also can check out the heats. And right now I'm checking out the live feed as the scores is just punching in. So the first wave for the rider in red, Ian Clorec from France. We'll get back into that as we're watching now Rodrigo Lopes trying to go for a roll there on that right-hander, and unfortunately getting stuck on the lip and not completing that move. So he's going to pedal up the back and try to find the bear-scotting wave. And like I was mentioning, first wave of the rider in red, Erwin Clorec from France, he dialed in a 4-point wave. His second wave was a 5.75, so he's currently in the lead. Last wave of the rider in white, Angelo Freda from Venezuela, was a 4.15. His first wave was 1.9, and he's now in second position. Rodrigo Lopes already punched in 1.35 as his best wave. The judges deemed that roll of Rodrigo incomplete, so he's currently occupying the third position in the seat, and in the last position in the seat is the rider in yellow from France, Ethan Capdeville. So let's see what we'll have on offer here at Sintra with 50 minutes remaining. We do remind you that it's multiple peaks. There is no priority system at the moment, so best two waves will score into your final score of the heat, and will allow the rider that gets position 1 in number 2 in the seat a place in round number 3, where the top seeded riders are waiting, and we'll resume that competition tomorrow. So we do remind you that today we're only running round 2 of the Pro Men's Division. We're gonna get that underway because we got some really good forecasts for this week here in Sintra, and everyone is super psyched to see what's going to unfold there in Sintra. Today, like I mentioned before, there was a storm front hitting the coast of Portugal yesterday, which is bringing strong winds and the swell that we're predicting on the forecast for the next week. So it's all good. Although the conditions seem messy, it's all for a good cause, and good waves and good winds are hitting the coast of Portugal. Right now on the screen we see a nice roll there from the rider in black, the Portuguese Rodrigo Lopes. He was kind of needing this wave when we're almost through this first heat of round 2, as we have a replay of the last wave of white as well. Angelo Freda from Venezuela, he opts to kick out of the wave. Not much scoring potential there, so we'll have to wait for some more sets and see some more action from the riders here in this heat. as we watch the replay from the last wave of the rider in black, Rodrigo Lopes, and we're waiting on scores for that last wave of black. So right now at the moment, we do apologize, you don't have scores on your screen, but like I mentioned earlier, if you download and if you already have the stacked app, you just go into it, click Sintra Pro, go live, and you can follow the scores live in this Sintra Pro 2019. It's pretty simple and intuitive app that you can download into your iOS or Android system, and you can follow the scores as quick as the average gets calculated when punched by our judges here in this first day of the Sintra Pro 2019. I do remind you, this is the 24th edition of this event, and it's the longest running event in the history of bodyboarding competition. It's an honor to be here once again this year, and we have a very big field of athletes coming from all over the four corners of the globe. And right now in the water we have two Frenchmen, one Venezuela athlete, and also a Portuguese one. Right now in the screen that was Eden Capdeville trying to find some scoring potential on that left, and out the back this is Rodrigo Lopes, the rider in black, trying to find a section there, goes for a nice extended roll and lands. Finally Rodrigo getting into rhythm as his last wave came in as a 3-point wave, and we'll wait for the scores on this last wave as Rodrigo needs a 3.06 to advance into the second position occupied by Angelo Freda, the rider from Venezuela, who punched already a score of a 4.15, which allows him to be in second place with a backup of a 1.9. Currently in the lead is the Frenchman in the red singlet, Erwin Klorek. He got a 4-point on the first wave, getting the first wave of the Sintra Pro 2019 under his belt, and starting the competition here this year. And his second wave just came out as a 5.75, so it's the best scoring wave in this heat so far, and he's leading at the moment with 10 minutes remaining. So riders into the next heat will be once again an international field. We got Julian, Davide Gonzalez Perez, Ion Aymar, Eloy Gonzalez, and Pedro Antoni de Souza Fernandez joining us here in heat number 2 of round 2 of the Pro Men's division. It's gonna come up next after this first heat that you're currently watching in the water, and leading this heat is the Frenchman in the red singlet, Erwin Klorek, trying to find those precious points that will give him access to the next round, the top seeding round. Right now in your screen you're watching the rider in the yellow singlet, that's Eden Capdeville, still trying to find this first reasonable score to post on the scoreboard. Fortunately for Eden, he's not landing that roll, not complete move, so he will not get the score that he wanted out of that wave. So still plenty of time, although there's a little bit of a current and the sea face looks a little bit messy. It's got some chop. Still some conditions on offer here in Praia Grande. Like always, Praia Grande always delivers. It says it has been delivering for the past 24 years, and this year is no different. You can watch the rider in red lifting his hand, probably wanting to know the seat situation at the moment. He's currently leading. The only way you could know that if you tune into your stacked app and follow the live scores. Right now in your screen out the back, this is the rider in white, the Venezuelan Angelo Freda, who is fighting to keep that second place position in this heat, being attacked by the rider in black, the Portuguese Rodrigo Lopes, who just finished as a second roll wave, and we're waiting for the scores on that wave so we can give you a situation on this heat as it's running. So like I was mentioning, you go to your SAC app and you jump straight into live, and you can check all the scores as they are being punched in by the judges. The leader in this heat remains. It's the Frenchman in the red singlet, as you can see on your screen, Erwin Klorek. And in second now is the rider from Portugal wearing the black singlet, Rodrigo Lopes. His last wave was a 3.75. Now being relegated to third position is the rider from Venezuela, Angelo Freda. He's on the hunt for a 2.61 to take second position away from Rodrigo Lopes. And in fourth position, the rider in yellow, Ethan Capdeville, struggling to find a decent score yet in this heat. Right now going for a 360 to roll combo was Rodrigo Lopes, trying to improve his backup wave of 3 point, and unfortunately for Rodrigo, he got stuck on that last move, and I don't think he's gonna improve that backup score. Breathing down his neck is the rider from Venezuela, Angelo Freda, no stranger to competition here in the Sintra Portugal PRO, but right now is on the hunt for a 2.61 to take back the second place position that he was occupying earlier before the last wave of black. So let's pay attention to the last 5 minutes in this heat and see what unfolds. This is the first heat of the day, the first heat of day one of the Sintra Pro 2019, and we jumped straight into round 2. The round 1 was a walkthrough, which means most of the heats only had 2 riders, so they both will advance into this round 2 based on seeding. So right now in the screen and hearing the beach marshal here in the booth, I can tell you that's 5 minutes remaining, so the riders for the next heat can already jump into the water and get ready for their heats. And right now in the water we still have the rider in red from France leading this one on the strength of a 5.75, his second wave, and his first wave a 4 point. Right now on your screen you're seeing White trying to have a go at that wave. Unfortunately could not catch it. We do remind that the conditions for this round 2 of the Pro Men's Division is 25-minute heats, no priority situation, and best 2 riders in this heat will advance into round number 3. Right now up and riding, this is Rodrigo Lopes, the Portuguese, trying to find a combo once again of a spin move and trying to find that section at the end, but unfortunately for Rodrigo, he did not get into that end section on time, so that probably once again will not better his backup wave of 3 points. So right, like I was saying, in the lead in this heat is Erwin Klorek from France, and in second place still the Portuguese in the black singlet on the strength of a 3.75 and a 3-point wave. Remaining in third position, the rider from Venezuela, Angelo Freda, on the hunt for that 2.61, as I'm joined by Tessa McKenna in the booth, and we're on the day 1 of the Sintra Pro 2019. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, and hi everyone out there in Webland. We had a tricky start to the day, a lot of technical issues and whatnot, but we're underway here now in what is the biggest quest event of 2019. Of course, it's the same ranking as the Kike. Very important competition, this one. In fact, you know what? We could even see the world champion crowned at this event this year.
Wow, that's something that you should keep your eyes into as this competition unfolds. This 6-day competition, we're only at the day 1. We'll run this competition all the way through Sunday, and we got some really good forecasts for this week.
That's right. Today, that's why we're only holding this one round of the competition. In fact, it's round number 2. So we're going to see riders like Isaias Havak and a whole bunch of other guys, you know, hitting the water today. We got a really good lineup. Round number 1, of course, was progressed automatically. They were all 2-person heats. So we are straight into round number 2 here at Sintra Portugal Pro, and it's the 24th running of the competition. So it was a nice little wave there for the rider in the white singlet. That, of course, is Angelo Freda, representing Venezuela, and these days living in the Canary Islands.
Wow, I'm kind of jealous. It's a nice place to live. The water is warm, and we're going to go there for the last Grand Slam event of this year's APB World Tour. And like you mentioned, Tessa, we could probably crown a world champion here, but if you can take it to the Canary Islands, that would be awesome, because we all know that in the Canary Islands, crazy things happen, and anything can change in the rankings.
Okay, big shout out to all those people that are just starting to tune in to Facebook Live. We were a little late trying to connect everything. We do apologise for that, but you haven't missed much. This is the first heat of the day, so shout out to Juan Santos, Nick Blanche, Shane Lono from Hawaii, along with Stefan Stam from Brazil. Bom dia, tudo bem? How are you, my friend?
Ah, you improved your Portuguese, I can see.
Yeah, I went to Brazil this year, so I learned a little bit more, but more Spanish than anything. But yeah. Bom dia, everyone. Welcome back to Portugal. Love this place. As we see Red up and riding, Nuno, who's that?
Yeah, that's the leader of this heat so far, Erwin Klorek, the Frenchman who took an early lead in this heat. And we just saw a very important wave from the rider in white, Angelo, and is probably going to get the score that he was looking for. And yeah, that is it. Last wave of white was a 4.75, and he jumps back into the second position, 30 seconds remaining.
Okay, so very tight one here, folks, as we get into the first day of the 2019 Sintra Portugal Pro. Big shout out to those people that have tuned in already. As I said, Kevin McAllister, Matt Menzies, Sam Hedry's also watching.
Yeah, as we watching board just floating by itself. I don't know if that's a broke leash or if the rider just lost his board and didn't even take a leash on this one.
There we go. Someone's body surfing in now. That's a bad position to be in. It's a real windy day here at Praia Grande, folks, of course. And this is the longest running bodyboard event on the planet. And it was an attempted roll. What color was that?
It was black. Rodrigo Lopez having a last go, trying to jump back into the second place position. That will allow him to advance in round number 3, but unfortunately for Rodrigo Lopez, that's a broken leash, and he was not able to complete that move. We did see a last wave of the rider in yellow, Ethan Capdeville, and let's see if that wave will factor into the results of this first heat of round 2 where they won at the Sintra Pro.
Okay, so we're loving those comments coming through the Facebook page. Just having a bit of a chat to Pierre-Louis Costes online. The boys actually just flew in this morning from Australia, so a real tight turnaround from the Kiama event here to Sintra.
Yeah, we're running a tight ship this year, and it's good to see the APB going back to Kiama this year. The event was super cool. The waves were pumping, and guess what? Pierre-Louis Costes took a very important win there over Sammy Morentino, and this year's leaderboard is just going insane. Anything can still happen this year, and it's very good to see new faces on the top of that leaderboard, Tessa.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep those comments coming. Effectively, it's kind of like down to, I mean, depending on what happens here, anything can happen in beach break conditions. As Nunita just said, we do have a very good forecast for the Sintra Portugal Pro 2019. Today is the day that the swell picks up. This wind is going to push in some much needed swell, but effectively it's a very important competition for two people, Sammy Morentino from Hawaii and Pierre-Louis Costes, the Frenchman, of course, living here in Portugal, really battling it out. And I think if Pierre makes, I don't want to say the scenario until I get the proper information, but it would be something like this. Pierre makes the semis, he's probably going to be the world champ.
Wow, So there you got it, all the goodies here from Tessa McKenna, our technical director here at the Sintra Pro 2019. So we could probably crown a world champion, so don't miss out on the action here, as we got a very good forecast for the next days. As you mentioned, there's a storm front hitting the coast of Portugal yesterday, so we kind of seeing some choppy conditions. We'll have to run this round 2 of the Pro Men's division, so we'll have enough time and maybe take out the best of the conditions on offer on the next days. And this is going to be a very, very, very interesting event, because the sand bottoms are here. We got some cool banks just in front of the structure, and the swell that's hitting tomorrow, it's looking super clean. Offshore days, and we've got 4 divisions to run in this Sintra Pro 2019, like we always do. And right now in the water is the Pro Men's division.
Okay, so shout out to Craig Haddon, working hard behind the scenes there this morning with us. We have had a very tricky start to the day here, to say the least. Simon Christensen saying that he's having a great time. We've got Trey Meskers watching the webcast, and Tommy, it looks like it's also Tommy Telfer Gilmera also watching the webcast. So keep those comments coming, we really love it. This is not the trials, it's just a question here from Hassan. I think he's our Moroccan friend. No, Hassan, this is round number 2, and in the water is heat number 2, is that correct?
Yes, correct. This is the real deal, and we're not missing out in any of the action. The round 1 of the Pro Men's division was a walkthrough, so that means that most of the heats in round 1 had only 2 riders, so based on seeding they were placed into round 2. And right now in the water, representing Spain, we've got the Juan Perez. From France, Johan Aymar. From Panama, we got Gonzalez. And then already from Venezuela, Fernandez. So we are tuning into the second heat of round 2 of the Pro Men's division. And yeah, some of the results, the official results of heat number 1 are in. So advancing into round 3, there was the Frenchman Erwin Klorek, punching in a total score of 9.75. Joining him in round 3 will be the rider from Venezuela, who was wearing the white singlet heat number 1, Angelo Freda. Getting knocked out of this competition was Rodrigo Lopes, the Portuguese, wearing the black singlet. And in 4th position with the yellow singlet, Ethan Capdeville. So good luck for the riders advancing into round 3. That will be running tomorrow probably. And this is day 1, and we're running at the moment heat number 2 of round number 2 of the Pro Men's division.
Okay, keep it coming, and g'day to Lloyd Llewellyn tuning in from Australia, doing a little g'day legend, thumbs up buddy. Yeah, as you mentioned, we had a great contest in Kiama this year. We had some really fun waves, and one of the best parts of the competition, Nonito, was the heritage heats, where we had all the old legends turn up. How cool was that? I
had a friend of mine that was actually there. He was coaching one of the Portuguese riders that was able to make it to the competition, and he just kept on sending me photos just before the heat hit the water, and I was just recognizing faces. I think that was one of the greatest events that APB could run for 2019, getting back those old faces, getting the new faces among the old faces, and they're having their water time for themselves. That was so cool to watch.
Yeah, you betcha. And here we go, we're just watching red, of course, it's heat number 2, Julian Gonzalez from the Canary Islands, up and riding. We're only going to have 8 heats in this stuff today. We realise it's pretty bad conditions. We just need to, we have around about 96 heats for the week, minus the 8 today. That's going to leave 88 heats. Divide that by 7, it comes up to about 17.5 heats per day. So we'll have some big days after this, but it's, you know, we wanted to do the right thing by the riders and not send them out in this stuff, but we definitely had to surf this first round of the competition to stay on track, to be able to finish the competition in due time. Remember last year, of course, we had a bit of a nightmare because we couldn't actually finish the event. Yeah. For the first time ever.
Yeah, but that's the way the cookie crumbles here in Sintra. and throughout this 4 years of this event, we've seen it all: big waves, small waves, flat days, big days that you cannot surf, and this is what Mother Nature gives us, and we were grateful for the conditions on offer. Not today, probably it's a little bit choppy, but we are grateful for this storm front that hit the Portuguese coast, because tomorrow the forecast is showing some really good swell and the wind patterns here for Sintra. Up and riding, the rider in the red singlet, Julian Perez from Spain, finishing a roll there. So this is probably a wave that he will keep on his scoreboard, as he already punched in a 3-point wave. Ion Aymar with the white singlet representing France already punched in a 3.75, and is currently leading this heat number 2 of round 2. 18 minutes remaining.
Yeah, just a shout out to all the athletes out there. Some guys came this morning, realised there was only going to be 8 heats surfed. They didn't really check the draw to realise that the first round is a complete walkthrough. So some guys from round number 2 probably went home and are now just starting to check into the to the broadcast and realising, uh-oh, I'm going to go back to the Praia Grande.
Yeah, but we took some time off of the competition. We were to have a 9 o'clock start, so we delayed it until 10 o'clock, so all the riders could check in their heats and be here on time to compete in this round 2 of the Pro Men's division.
Okay, so again, it's day number 1 of the 2019 Sintra Portugal Pro. Brett McCaskill saying, "G'day fellas from the Gold Coast, Australia." We've got, it looks like a whole bunch of people online there, including James Hindle. So keep those comments coming. We would love hearing from you people online, and we'd love to hear more. Coming up next, Daniel Fonseca is from Portugal. He'll take on Choman Lopez, of course, the Basque Country surfer. We'll have Joshua Kelly from Aruba, and Fabio Ferreira will be out there as well.
Wow. It's stacked up beats at the moment as this round 2 of the Pro Men's division unfolds, and currently leading this heat is the Spanish man with the red singlet, Julian Perez, on the strength of a 3.75 and a 3-point wave. We do apologize that you don't have the scores on your screen, but if you log into your stacked app, you'll get live results as soon as they're punched in from the judges tower, and even faster if you have the scores on your screen. So if you don't have the stacked app, ASTACT, write it and search it on your Google Play or your app, either Android or iOS system, and download it, and as soon as you open up the app, you'll see the Sintra event going live. You click on it and you got the live scores as quick as they are dialed in by our judges here at the Sintra Pro. Day 1, last wave of Johan Aymar came at a 3.85, so he improves his lead in this heat. So right now in the lead is the rider in white with a 3.85 and a 3.75. Second is the rider in red now. He was currently leading, but this last wave of white took that first place position away from him. Julian Perez is on the strength of the 3.75 and a 3-point wave. Pedro Fernandez, the Venezuelan rider, is currently holding on to a 2.75 wave, and Eloy Gonzalez representing Panama with a 2-point wave. Se juntaram aqui a nós no webcast, vamos fazer agora aqui um bocadinho de comentários em português, porque estamos em Portugal. Bem-vindos ao Sintra Pro 2019, este que é o campeonato com maior longevidade no circuito mundial de bodyboard. 24 anos de prova. Temos então dentro da água, e como podem ver no vosso ecrã, o atleta de amarelo, é o jovem atleta do Panamá, Eloy Gonzalez. Pedimos desculpa por não termos os resultados no ecrã, estamos aqui com uns problemas técnicos, mas se quiserem seguir os scores ao vivo, os resultados ao vivo, podem o fazer com a aplicação Stacked, STACT, tanto no vosso sistema Android como iOS. Façam o download dessa aplicação, assim que estiver instalada, cliquem no ícone, ela vai abrir e a primeira coisa que vos vai aparecer é este campeonato Sintra Pro dizendo que está ao vivo. Clicam em cima e ele diretamente vos reenviará para os resultados ao vivo da bateria que está a decorrer. Esta bateria que está a correr, que é a bateria número 2 da ronda número 2. Temos então dentro da água de branco Ion Aymar, que está a liderar a bateria. Se estiverem com a aplicação aberta podem ver, ele tem um 385 e um 375. Em segundo lugar temos o espanhol Julián Pérez, com um 375 e um 3. E em terceiro lugar o venezuelano Pedro Fernandes, tem uma onda de 275. E o panamanho com a licra amarela, Eloy Gonzalez, tem uma onda de 2 pontos, e esta última que vimos, que não ofereceu muito potencial para pontuação, um 0.6, e encontra-se na quarta posição então este jovem do Panamá. Bienvenidos a todos que están nos mirando aquí, escuchando también en lo live stream. Vamos a hacer un poco de comentarios de portugués, inglés y español también. Tenemos dentro de agua la manga 2 de la ronda 2 de este que es la Sintra PRO 2019, la prueba del mundial de bodyboard más longa de la historia. Por eso estamos aquí haciendo ese campeonato, esa competencia hace 24 años. Una prueba muy importante, histórica, aquí en Portugal cuando llegamos a la parte europea del circuito mundial. En tu ecrán puedes mirar ahorita Julián Pérez, lo atleta de España, hacer un combo de un spin con un rollo. Vamos a ver qué puntuación va a tener y que está buscando un 3.86 para primero en esa manga, ese primer lugar que está ocupado por Ion Aymar, lo francés, que tiene una ola de 3.85 y 3.75 para estar ahora en primer lugar de esa manga. En negro está entonces Pedro Fernández representando Venezuela, y de amarillo está Eloy González. Tenemos todavía 12 minutos en esa manga. Recordamos que las mangas tienen 25 minutos. Hoy, en ese primer día de prueba, solo vamos a tener ronda 2 de la división de Pro Men's. O sea, después de terminar esa ronda 2, vamos a terminar ese día de prueba. Y solo mañana empezamos nuevamente. Tenemos unas previsiones increíbles para esta semana aquí en Sintra, en Praia Grande, y vamos a ver qué va a pasar en ese 6 días de competición del Mundial de Bodyboard de la APB. Okay, so I just give a presentation in Spanish and also Portuguese, so all of the viewers here in the live stream can know what's going on at the moment. As you can notice, we do not have live scores on your screen, but you can follow the live scores on your Stacked app. STACT, if you haven't downloaded yet, you're missing out. You should download it, as you can follow the live scores, which means as soon as the scores get punched in by the judges, you will get to know the average and what score the rider got on that wave. For instance, the last wave of red, Julián Pérez was a 5 points, a combo of a spin with the roll, puts him back into the lead in this heat, and exchanging the back and forth, first to second place is Julián Pérez representing Spain in the red singlet, and the Frenchman in white up and riding at the moment, occupying second position in the seat. There he goes, tried to draw some speed there in this that left-hander, going for a roll, completing that move. Let's see if he can improve his backup score of a 3.85. Ion Aymar that got a 4.25 on his last wave, improving his situation, but still not jumping into the lead. Right now up and riding is the rider in yellow, the rider from Panama, Eloy Gonzalez, probably getting his best wave in this heat so far, completing that roll on that right-hander. Let's see what the judges think of that one, and as soon as the judges punch in the scores, you can scroll down and see what score was given to that last wave of yellow. So it's official, a 2.5. He does get his best scoring wave in this heat so far. He jumps from the 4th position into the 4th position, and he's on the hunt for a 5.61 to take that 2nd place position from the Frenchman in the white singlet, Johan Aymar. So calling out the riders for the next heat, the beach marshal already did this job, and joining us in heat number 3 of round 2, the Portuguese Daniel Fonseca will be in red. In white, Chomin Lopez representing the Basque Country. Joshua Kelly from Aruba will be the fellow in yellow, and representing Portugal in the black singlet on the next seat is Fabio Ferreira. Up and riding at the moment is the rider in red. That's Julian Gonzalez, the current heat leader, going for a nice extended roll there, trying to find another section there. Unfortunately for Julian, he did not find potential there to apply another air move, and he's paddling out the back. Still, that first move was really good. Let's see if he can improve on his backup score. That is currently a 3.15. And like I mentioned, if you download the Stack app, you'll get the scores as soon as they get punched in by the judges. And that last wave was a 5.15. Julian Perez does improve his lead in this heat number 2 of round 2 of the Pro Men's Division, and in second, still remaining with a strength of a 4.25 and a 3.85 is the rider from France in the white singlet, Johan Aymar. Currently occupying the 3rd position is Eloy Gonzalez on the strength of a 2.5 and a 2-point wave. In the 4th position is the rider from Venezuela, still on the hunt for his 2nd wave in this heat. He's holding on to a 2.75, and he's needing a 5.36 to jump into 2nd position. Si están mirando desde Venezuela, ahorita va Pedro Fernández buscando su segunda ola. Necesita de un 5.36 para saltar para segundo, que le permita avanzar para ronda número 3. Ese segundo lugar que está ocupado pelo francés, que está de blanco, Johan Aymar, tiene un 4.25 y un 3.85. En tercero está el atleta de amarillo, Eloy González, que representando Panamá, está buscando un 5.61 para la segunda posición, que le permite avanzar a la ronda número 3. Confortable en la primera posición de esa manga está Julián Pérez representando España con un 5.15 y un 5, un total de 10.15, y sigue liderando esa manga. Ahorita la última ola de Negro, Venezuela, atención, Negro, su última ola fue como un 4.15, está ahorita en tercer lugar. Last wave of black was a 4.15. He jumps now into the 4th position. And I will be commentating either in English, Spanish, or Portuguese, depending on the riders in this heat. So letting everyone know the scores. As you can notice on your screen, there's no live scores at the moment, so we cannot solve this technical issue at the moment. But if you follow the competition on Stack app, we'll get the live scores. It's even better, because if you get the scores on your screen, it will take some time for our technicians to punch in the scores there. And as soon as the scores get punched in by our judges, if you have the Stack app open, you will see instantly, immediately, live the score that the rider is getting. Up and riding now at the moment is the young rider from Panama. Nice roll there from Eloy Gonzalez. He's looking for a 5.61 to jump into 2nd place position that will allow him to advance into round number 3. Right now he's looking to better off a 2-point wave, and he's holding on to his best wave, which is a 2.5. I think he will improve his best wave with this last roll there on that right-hander. I'm no judge, but we'll have to wait on the scores for that last wave of Eloy Gonzalez. La última de amarillo está fija ahí ahorita y salido como un 3.65. Todavía Eloy González de Panamá se mantiene en la 4ª posición. Tercera posición está ocupada por Pedro Fernández de Venezuela. Su última ola un 4.15 y su segunda ola está como un 2.75. En segundo está Blanco, lo francés, Yon Aymar. Bonjour a tout. If you're watching, good morning. So Yon Aymar is sitting in second place position with a 4.25 and a 3.85. In first place, we do have the Spaniard Julian Gonzalez, doing great work in this heat number 2 of round 2. He is currently holding on to a 5.15 and a 5-point wave. So with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, we do have the rider in red in the lead. Second is white, Ian Aymar. Third is black, is on the hunt for a 3.96 to jump into second place position, and Eloy Gonzalez looking now for a 4.46. Anything can still happen in this last 3 minutes of heat number 2, round 2 of the first day here running the Pro Men's division of the Sintra Pro 2019. Walking into the structure, I seen some familiar faces, some world title contenders like Sammy Morentino. It's nice to see some of these friendly faces during the European leg of the APB World Tour, and it's nice to have all competitors from all parts of the world joining us here at Praia Grande, competing for this World Tour Series event, the Quest event, one of the better scoring events for this Quest division. And it's not totally official, but we're waiting for the official scenarios for a world title in this Pro Men's division. And there's a slight chance that we could crown a world champion here in Sintra. The likes of Pierre-Louis Coste, who is currently leading this leaderboard this year so far in the men's division, that is. So in the leaderboard, like I was mentioning, currently in this Pro Men's division, we do have Pierre-Louis Costes. And in second place at the moment is Sammy Morentino. Third place in the current rankings is Tristan Roberts from South Africa. Fourth place, Alan Muniz from Chile. And fifth place, Dudu Pedro from Brazil. Sixth place, also from Hawaii, Tony McDaniel. So you can see the international field this year being a very different countries running the leaderboard this year. In the women's division, we do have Ayaka Suzuki leading over our country fellow woman Sari O'Hara in second place position in the rankings, followed by Ana Vélez from Chile in the third position. In fourth, the Brazilian Isabela Souza, and in fifth position in the rankings, our very own Portuguese Joana Schenker. So right, currently in the water, we have heat number 2 of round number 2 of the Pro Men's division. Leading this one is the Spaniard in the red singlet, Julian Perez, on the strength of a 5.15 and a 5-point wave, allowing him to lead this heat. And if you're just tuning in to the live webcast, send us some emoji signs. I can see a bunch of people tuning in all the way from Puerto Rico, and also my cousin Carlos Proença tuning in into the live webcast, as we can hear the water sounding 2 times, which means that this last heat has completed, and I don't think there was a lot of change in this last wave's rhythm. And I could say it's an official result. Julian Perez in red advancing into the next round, and Ion Aymar joining him in also in round 3, getting knocked out. In this heat number 2 of round 2 was Pedro Fernandez, and also in yellow, Eloy Gonzalez from Panama. We're gonna jump into some commercials, and we're gonna get back into the action right here at the Sintra Pro 2019 with the heat number 3 of round 2 of the Pro Men's Division. Don't go anywhere, as we've got still in this day 1.
Fonderia. Il tempo passa, lo stile resta.
Welcome back, everyone. Currently in the water, we have the heat number 3 of round 2 of the Pro Men's Division. This is the Sintra Pro 2019. Welcome everyone once again. If you're joining in the live stream, let us know where you're watching from and what time it is, as we're currently watching Daniel Fonseca, the Portuguese, going for his first wave in this heat and going for a nice extended roll. Daniel Fonseca textbook there, and is gonna punch a really nice score for his first wave. 25 minutes heats, and you can see on your screen right now we have the live scores up and running. So if you want to follow the scores as well through your stacked app, as soon as the scores get punched in by the judges, you'll get live scores on your tablet or your mobile phone. Download the Stacked app if you don't have it. ACE, S-T-A-C-T. Either search it on your Android system or your iOS. Install it, and as soon as you open up the app, click on the event that is running live, the Sintra Pro 2019, and you'll jump straight into the current heat and the respective scores being added by the riders in the water. So right now in the water we have Daniel Fonseca representing Portugal in the red singlet. Up and riding right now is Fabio Ferreira representing Portugal as well. And with the white singlet, Chomin Lopez representing the Basque Country, and in yellow, Joshua Kelly representing, I'm so sorry, I don't recognize that flag instantly, but it's representing Aruba. So as you can see, from all 4 corners of the world, riders are coming into Praia Grande here in Sintra to compete in the longest running event of bodyboarding's competitive history, the Sintra Pro. 24 years in the making, and it's a real pleasure and an honor to be here with you here in the hot seat in the booth, commentating the first day of this year's event. And currently in the water we have heat number 3 of round 2. We jumped into round 2 because the round 1 of the Pro Men's Division was a walkthrough, which means most of the heats had only 2 riders in them. So according to the seating, they will be placed in round 2, which we are running today. As you can see, the conditions are not the best, but we did have a storm front hitting the Portuguese coast yesterday, and this will bring very, very awaited swell here in the beginning of the season here in Portugal, because we're in September, and the forecast for this week looks amazing, and we'll have amazing conditions. So we're getting this round 2 of the Pro Men's Division underway, so we can get rid of this first phase of competition and get all of the best part to the upcoming conditions that seem very, very, very good for the next couple of days here of the 6-day competition of the Sintra Pro. We just saw Joshua Kelly representing Aruba in the yellow singlet going for a roll. Unfortunately for Joshua, not completing that move. We got some people tuning in. Jeff T. Brockman saying, "You eat 6." He's going to have his little brother Joey Gregory, White Snoop, and he's going back to bed and wake up a little bit later because it's 3 a.m. in Southern California. Thanks for tuning in. We got Aura Violeta Bittencourt cheering for Sammy, saying he rocks. Thanks for tuning in. We've got from South Africa, Dave Atkins and João Nunes tuning in and giving a shout out to Fabio Ferreira, the rider in the black singlet competing right now. Up and riding is Chomin Lopez, the rider from the Basque Country, having a look at that right-hander but opting to kick out, not finding the potential there was looking for on that wave. Also tuning in Juan Duplessis, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, tuning in from South Africa, and it's currently 11:52, 1 hour difference here with 10:52 at the moment. So thanks for tuning in from South Africa. And Craig De La Rey, and having some criticism about the conditions here in the APB. Craig, don't worry, this is just the first day. We had a storm front hitting the coast of Portugal. Unfortunately, we have 96 heats to run throughout this whole event, and we need to get some of them underway. We opted for the division that has most competitors in it, which is the Pro Men's division, and we had a walkthrough on round 1 and we jumped straight into round 2. This is heat number 3 of that round, and as soon as this round finishes, we calling it quits for today. This is day 1 of the Sintra Pro 2019, and we'll resume it in day number 2, which is tomorrow. And we've got some really great forecasts lined up for this week, and hopefully the banks are here in Praia Grande like they always are during this time of the year, as we're watching Chomin Lopez having a go at this left-hander, going for a nice roll there, completing, trying to find some more wave here to try and increase the score in this wave. But unfortunately for Chomin, the wave just fade and is just one move wave, and is pedaling out the back, waiting for the score of this last wave. As I take you through this replay, drawing a line, 2 hands on the nose there, maximum speed, and then he puts his hand on the rail, his right hand on the rail, and goes for the roll and completes it. So we'll wait for the scores of that last wave of Chomin Lopez. The first wave of red was a 6 points. That was a nice extended roll for Daniel Fonseca, and he's currently leading the heat. This last wave of Chomin Lopez came in as a 2.75 and is currently occupying the second position. First wave of yellow was a 1.35, and Fabio Ferreira is still on the hunt for a reasonable score, as his first wave was just a look-see and he got scored 0.5. So anything can still happen on this 25 minutes heat. We do remind all the athletes, the viewers, that it's a non-priorities heat. There is no priorities in this round, so no athletes holding on to priority. It's an open field of rights and lefts throughout the beach break here in front of the structure here in Praia Grande, and we had Fabio Ferreira having a look at that left-hander. Fortunately for Fabio, the wave just closed out in front of him, and he was not able to reach the critical section on time. Up and riding right now from Aruba is Joshua Kelly. Let's see what he can do on this wave. We were not able to watch that wave, but we got a replay. Thanks, guys. Doing a great job here in the live webcast. He went for a roll, unfortunately for Joshua. He did not have a lot of punch from that section there on that left-hander. He was not able to complete that move. We just saw the rider in red getting a wave as well. Let's see if he can have a replay of that wave. See if Daniel is able to improve that 1.1 that is holding on his scoreboard as a backup score. Right now we have more people tuning in. Just keep on sending those emojis. If you're tuning in, give me a thumbs up or a heart sign. And if you're in the mood to post a comment here in the Facebook page of the APB World Tour, just let us know where you're watching from and what time it is, so we can give a shout out back to you guys. We just watched a wave of the rider in white. That was Chomin Lopez, trying to improve his best wave of 2.75, and he did so with a 3.25. He increases his total score and still remains in that second place position. First place position is being held by Daniel Fonseca, as you can watch on your screen. Thanks guys here in Refresh for doing a great job with the live webcast. We are having some technical problems that were not allowing us to have the scores on your screen, but right now in heat number three everything is running smoothly, and some athletes already been knocked out in the first heats, of course, and only 2 advancing into round number 3, where we'll see the top seeds getting into play here at the Sintra PRO. This is the men's division, heat number 3 of round 2. We're just watching Chomin Lopez having a look at that last wave, and right now Daniel Fonseca going for a roll there in the left-hander. Common with a reverse spin, trying to bring this wave all the way into the inside. Let's see, another forward spin there, but unfortunately for Danielle, that's all she wrote there. But it was still able to lock in 3 moves, 1 roll and 2 spins. So let's see what the judges think about that. And probably, most definitely, he will replace that 1.1 that he has on his scoreboard as a backup wave. So right now in the moment, the red is leading on the strength of a 6-point wave. And very nice extended roll happening here in the beginning of this heat. And following as a backup wave was this last wave with a roll to reverse and forward spin combination, and that allow him to score a 3.5. So Daniel increases his lead in this heat, and we'll have to wait for the reply for the rest riders still in competition. We just watched Joshua Kelly from Aruba going for a roll there. Let's see if he can improve his best wave of 1.35. I think it's going to be an easy job because he completed that roll, and we'll just have to wait for the scores to be punched in by our judges panel. And as soon as we have the live scores, we will give you that information, but you can watch it also on your screen. Right now we have scores on the screen. And yeah, that last wave of yellow came in as a 3.85. Now is on the hunt for a 2.16 to take away that second place position from Chomin Lopez. Talking about the Chomin, is currently riding a wave, trying to improve this situation in this heat, and probably trying to improve that 2.75 that he has as a backup wave at the moment. Still, nothing is going bad for Chomin Lopez at the moment, because he's still holding on to the second place position in this heat, but being slightly watched by the fellow in yellow, Joshua Kelly from Aruba, needing only a 2.16 to take away that second place position from Chomin Lopez. We just watched Fabio Ferreira going for a roll of his own. I think the scores were automatically punched in. I'm not sure, but I'll wait, because it looks like Fabio already has a 2.4 wave and a 0.85 wave, and I think the 2.4 was this rollo that he just completed. So we'll have to wait on official scores for that. But basically Daniel Fonseca is leading since the beginning, since his first wave. Nice projected roll. He was rewarded with a 6-point wave. He was able to back up that 6-point wave with the 3.5, leading this heat so far. In second place is the Basque Country rider Chomin Lopez with a 4.5 and a 3.25. And talking about the leader of the ranking, there he goes on a wave of his own. I don't think he's gonna improve that 3.5, and he kicks out of that wave. Okay, we got a lot of people tuning in Webland. We got some people tuning in from Australia. Bailey de Souza tuning in from Puerto Rico as well. And people tuning in cheering for Fabio Ferreira. That's nice to see some support for our local rider. We got some people tuning in from the Australia Sunshine Coast. Simon Taylor letting us know that it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for tuning in so early as we watch Daniel Fonseca going for ARS, the first one in this competition so far. So Daniel Fonseca probably will get rid of that 3.5 wave, improving his leadership in this heat. We'll wait for scores on that one. Also tuning in from Kauai, Midnight, Anna Mertens, thanks for tuning in. My prayers are with all the Hawaiians for that situation that they're handling right now at the moment, trying to save their sacred lands. And if you don't know about that situation, just tune in to any Hawaiian friend that you have, and is probably posting something about it. I will give some information. We got Sasha Taljard saying the time is always 4:20. Thanks for tuning in. We like that good mood here in the Webland. Kyle De Beer tuning in from Thailand, Papi. Nice place to be watching this event. Right now at the moment we have Fabio Ferreira, the rider from Portugal, trying to find some wave there. Nice roll from Fabio. He's trying to improve a 3.1 and a 2.4. He's currently sitting now in third position. He was able to do that by the score of his last wave, relegating Joshua Kelly, the fellow in yellow from Aruba, into fourth position. Joshua is holding on to a 3.85, still trying to get rid of that 1.35, and he only needs a 3.91 to jump into second position. Fabio is looking for a higher score of a 4.16 to attack that second place position, occupied by Choman Lopez, holding on to a 4.5 and a 3.25 that is allowing him to hold on to second place position. Right now in the lead, since the first wave rolled in this heat number 3 of round 2, is Daniel Fonseca. He just posted a 5.15 with that last wave effort and is now leading comfortably this heat. That is Daniel Fonseca in the red singlet. More people tuning in from Brazil. Tate Coelho saying it's 7 a.m. Thanks for tuning in so early. Make sure you don't miss out the competition. If you just joined us, the conditions look kind of funny, but there was a storm front hitting the coast of Portugal, and that will allow us to have waves throughout the next week. And the forecast, the winds looking so good in the forecast, and we're gonna have another 5 days of competition here in Sintra. They're going to be amazing, and possibly we'll be crowning new world champions. So stay tuned for the 6 days of this Sintra Pro 2019, the longest running event in the history of bodyboarding competition. Sintra has seen it all, and it's really good to be back here in Sintra, the European leg of this 2019's APB World Tour. This is a quest event, one of the best scored events this year in the Quest series, and we still do have a Grand Slam event going into Fronton in Galdar, the Canary Islands, and we still have a event of the Pro Junior in Vienna here in the European leg. So make sure you're tuning into the APB and join the live webcasts of this wonderful events that we have here in Europe. Riding right now is Fabio Ferreira. His last wave was a 3.6. He did improve his situation, but is still on the hunt for a 4.16. Let's see if this wave is the 4.16 that he needs. He's claiming it, asking the judge to give him that score that will allow him to jump into second place position. That is occupied by Chomin Lopez. First and second place with advance into round 3, and third and fourth place in this heat will get knocked out of this competition. Having a look is Daniel Fonseca, the current heat leader at the moment. 5 minutes remaining. Irie Life, Boogie Life. Thanks for tuning in, Sasha. Keeping your eyes locked into the screen as the action unfolds here in the Sintra Pro. Many more heats until round 2. Brandon Weiss asking the question. This is already round 2 as we watch Chomin Lopez going for a roll of his own, trying to get back into second place position because Fabio Ferreira with his last wave scored a 4.25 and is now in second place. Right now, a little invert there from Daniel Fonseca, switching it up, giving us a lot of flavor. He already has a nice roll. He did an ARS on his backup score and is now throwing a nice invert there as we watch the replay of the last wave of the rider in white. Chomin Lopez going for a roll, trying to defend the second place position that is now occupied by Fabio Ferreira, trying to jump into that second place position, and Chomin Lopez only needs a 3.36 to attack that second place position that's now being held for Fabio Ferreira. I don't know if it's for too long because Fabio Ferreira just posted a 4.25 on his last wave that allow him to jump into second place position. He was on the hunt for a 4.16, so it was just a little bit shy above from the score that he needed, but nevertheless he just posted a 4.25 and jumped into second position. We can see Fabio waving his hand. He wants to know from the beach marshal what is the heat situation, and we're waiting as well for the last wave of white and see if there's once again an exchange from the second to third place position in this heat. Heat number 3 of round number 2 of the Pro Men's Division. Brandon Weiss, this is the round 2, round 1 was a walkthrough, which means most of the heats only had 2 athletes in them. So according to seeding, they were placed into round 2, and we're running round 2 of the Pro Men's Division. As soon as this round is finished, we're gonna call it quits for today, and we'll resume the competition only tomorrow. So please make sure you pay attention to the APB Facebook page, also in the Instagram page, and we'll let you know what we will run tomorrow. This is day 1 of the Sintra Pro 2019. Currently in the water we have heat number 3 of the round 2 of the Pro Men's Division, like I was mentioning, and 2 minutes remaining. Daniel Fonseca, the Portuguese, is leading the heat since the first second of this heat. He had this first wave and is still the best scoring wave of the heat so far. Right now, once again in second position is Chomin Lopez. Chomin just posted a 4.15 in his last wave. He was on the hunt for a 3.36, so he's once again back into second position. And now Fabio Ferreira, the Portuguese rider in black, is on the hunt for a 4.41 to get back into that second place position that will allow him to advance into round number 3. Currently holding on to 4th position in this heat is Joshua Kelly. His best wave is 3.85 and he now needs a 4.81 to jump into second position that will allow him to advance into round 3. Not much time on the clock on this 25-minute heats, multiple conditions, which means there's no preference in which side you choose to ride, either rights or lefts. And 1 minute remaining, and like I was mentioning, 25 minutes heat, no priority is applied in this heat. And we're already having riders to the next heat ready in the water, as let's see what can happen on this 40 seconds of this heat number 3 of round 2. We have the current heat leader, Daniel Fonseca, having a look at this right-hander. Not much there. He ups to kick out the wave. Out the back is Showman Lopez. Right now he's holding on to second place position, wants to keep that, going for a nice roll there. Let's see if he can improve his backup wave over 4:15 with his last wave. 50 seconds. Let's see if Fabio Ferreira, the rider from Portugal in the black singlet, can still get some waves, at least one more wave as we watch. Wow, Showman Lock is going for broke on this last wave with the 4th roll there, taking this wave all the way to the beach. He will probably improve that 4:15. I don't think the rider in black, Fabio Ferreira, got a wave, and we'll get back into that as the scores keep being punched in by the judges. But right now we're jumping into commercials, and we'll get right back to the action after this.
Anda, está nublado, mas vai abrir.
Vá, venham lá, não está vento nenhum.
O mar está ótimo, estão umas grandes ondas.
Não, não, hoje não está muita gente.
Com o Mel Beach Cam, veja em direto praias de norte a sul do país. O Mel Beach Cam é ver para crer. Mel, humaniza-te.
Welcome back once again. This is the Sintra Pro day 1 of the longest running event in the history of bodyboard competition, of course, here in Praia Grande. And we're joining us here in day 1. We currently have the round 2 E40 in the water, so just let's jump into the water. We don't. The heat is underway, and in heat 4 of round 2 of the Pro Men's division, we have in red Miguel Ferreira that got an excellent 17th placement in the last Grand Slam event in Kiama in Australia. And joining him in white is Anas Adar, a wild card here for this competition. In yellow, James Clayton in this heat number 4 of round 2, and joining him also Leolan Montesinos from Venezuela, which will be wearing the black singlet. A todos os que nos estão a ver aqui no live stream, bem-vindos. Isto é o Sintra Pro 2019, a prova da história mundial competitiva do bodyboard mais longa, 24 anos de história desta prova aqui na Praia Grande. Obrigado a todos que nos juntaram aqui no live stream. Temos dentro d'água o português Miguel Ferreira, mas neste preciso momento temos o venezuelano Leolan Montesinos na sua primeira onda, um atleta de preto. De branco temos o marroquino Nazadar, e de amarelo, eu não tenho certeza de que país, é o James Clayton. Já vou ter essa informação assim que puder. If you're tuning in and if you know which country James Clayton is from, let us know. Give us a comment here in the Facebook shout out box, and we'll shout out back right at you if you let us know where you're watching from and what time it is. Also click on the thumbs up and art emoji if you're watching the competition. You're joining us here in the day 1 of the Sintra Pro 2019. So currently in the water, we're in the round 2 of the Pro Men's Division, heat number 4. Round 1 was a jump through, which means most of the heats in round 1 only had 2 riders. So according to seeding, they were placed in round number 2, which we are currently running. And right now in the water we have a Portuguese in the red singlet. Having a look at this wave is the Moroccan flying machine Anas Adar. Let's see what he can do on this one. I didn't like the looks of it and opted to kick out of that wave. Still waiting for a decent score on the screen at now, because not much waves I've been reading so far in this 25-minute heats, there are no priorities being applied throughout this round 2. So 25-minute heats, 4 riders per heat, as you can watch on your screen. And it's gonna be a very interesting battle, this one, to see who is going to advance into round number 3, joining the top seeds here in this Pro Men's division in the Sintra Pro. And we got some known names. Anas Sadar, the Moroccan, no stranger to the Sintra competition and also to the European circuit. Miguel Ferreira, just coming in fresh from Australia, did the Grand Slam event in Kiama and got a nice finish there, a 17th equal position. Nice result for Miguel Ferreira on his first ever Grand Slam event in Australia. So let's see how the competition unfolds from Miguel here. He's wearing the red singlet, as you can watch on your screen, and he's waiting patiently for his first wave here on day 1 of the Sintra Pro. Next heat we will watch another 2 Portuguese jumping into the competition field here, Simão Monteiro and also Dino Carmo coming in as a wild card. Joining them will be Boris Anthony and also Lias Ausmot from Morocco. Currently riding is Miguel Ferreira on his first wave, trying to combo some moves there. Unfortunately, not much potential there. Watching out the back is Leonel Montesinos, trying to go for a wave of his own. The riders keeping busy, assessing the conditions, having a go at some waves to feel what it is on offer at the moment. As you can watch on your screen, the conditions kind of messy, kind of stormy. That is due to a storm front that has hit the coast of Portugal yesterday. That is gonna bring a swell, which is a good sign. So you're looking at some really mess conditions, but I kind of like it because I know that tomorrow the swell is going to be here, and the offshore winds will also make an appearance here at the Sintra tomorrow. And we've got a really really good forecast throughout this week, and it's panning out to be an epic Sintra Bodyboard Pro event this year at the Praia Grande beach here in the Sintra Council, the capital of romanticism. If you've never been to Portugal, and if you already have been to Portugal, and if you missed out Sintra, you're missing out one of the most beautiful places you can visit while you're in Portugal. I kid you not. Just you being in the Sintra, being surrounded by the palace and the castle wall is just something that will turn your skin into chicken skin, because it's a very magical, energetic place. And for all the people that have been there know what I'm talking about. Make your way into Sintra, and if you're in the vicinities and you live close by, or if you're in vacation you're close by, want to let you know that this event will be running throughout this week until Sunday. We're gonna have 6 days of competition. This is day 1 of competition. We're gonna run only this round number 2 of the Pro Men's division, and then we will finish off for today, resuming tomorrow. I don't know which division, so all athletes in competition, please make sure you tune in into the social media of the APB World Tour, either in Facebook or Instagram, where you can follow the latest news and updates on the development of this Sintra Pro 2019. Talking about development, trying to create some score is James Clayton, completing a roll there. Out the back already replying is Miguel Ferreira in red, and opting to go to the left hand side is the man with the white singlet, the Moroccan Anas Sadar. So I could see there was some complete moves by Anas Sadar, also by the fellow in yellow, James Clayton. And we'll wait for the scores of that last wave as we watch the replay of the last wave of yellow. Nice roll there. We watch the rider in red going for the right, and here the rider in white going for the left. Anas Adar playing a nice roll there, completing and kicking out, pedaling out the back to see if he can find something else. And nice roll there from the athlete in black, finishing another move. There was Leolian Montesinos. Let's see what the scores are applied for a move like this. You got some shout outs coming in from everywhere in the world. South Africa, Hawaii. James Clayton is from South Africa. Thanks, Gifford Domini, tuning in from South Africa, I presume, and cheering for his mate James Clayton representing South Africa. I did not add that information on my sheet. So the rider in yellow currently in this heat number 4 in your screen is James Clayton. He just finished his first completed wave. So we'll have to wait for the scores on that last wave. Up and riding at the moment is Miguel Ferreira, the Portuguese, stalling there on the bottom, going for a nice roll there on the left-hander. The wave opening up a little bit, he's going for a reverse spin there, and that's all she wrote for the rider in red. Let's see if he can improve his best wave, which is currently a 3-point. James Clayton just posted a 4-point on that last wave of a roll as we're watching the replay of the rider in red, our very own Miguel Ferreira, just coming in fresh from Australia. I think Miguel just flew in yesterday or 2 days ago, fresh from Australia. This New South Wales Kiama bodyboard event there, Glensaram event. And right now, I think the trip did him good because he's currently leading the heat. This last wave of Miguel just posted him a 4.5, which is the best scoring wave in this heat so far. So he is currently leading with the strength of that last wave, 4.75, and a 3-point wave that he posted earlier with a roll. Leolan Montesinos from Venezuela just posted a 3.7. He's backing up that wave with a 1.6 and is currently holding on to the second place position. James Clayton posted a 4-point with that last roll effort, and Anas Adar has a best wave of 3.5. Still anything can happen, less than 15 minutes remaining. As you can see on your screen, Anas Adar, the Moroccan rider that is occupying the 4th position, up and riding at the moment, only needs a 1.81 to jump into second place position. James Clayton in the yellow jersey representing South Africa, the Sofas, only needing a 1.31 to jump into second place position. He only needs a lacquer wave to do so. If he repeats the feat of his last wave, one roll move, he did get a 4-point for that. And second place is the rider from Venezuela, and currently leading, like I was mentioning earlier, is Miguel Ferreira, the rider in white from Portugal. So make sure you keep on sending those emoji thumbs up or the heart if you're tuning in from wherever you're tuning in. Let us know where you're tuning in. Mohamed Bali tuning in from Morocco, cheering for Anas in this heat. Juan Roman tuning in from Puerto Rico, as we watch another wave from Miguel Ferreira being ridden, and we'll have a replay of that wave for sure. And you also had a nice wave being ridden from Anas Adar. Those waves will be important for sure for the current situation in this heat. As we watch the replay from Miguel Ferreira, nice roll there. Let's see if he can improve that, the 3-point wave that he has as a backup, and out the back answering to that first wave of that last wave of red was Anas Adar with a nice extended roll. I think Anas Adar will clock in his best wave so far, and probably the best wave of his heat. Nice extension on that roll. The judges agreed with me, so the last wave of white, the Moroccan Anas Adar, was a 6-point. He jumps from 4th position into 2nd position, and still holding on to 1st position is Miguel Ferreira, because on that last wave he posted a 4.85. Whoa, nice ARS there from the Venezuelan rider Leolan Montesinos, already with a 3.75 as his best wave. Now he did a nice ARS, claiming it. Nice on you, Mr. Montesinos. Let's see what the judges think of that last wave, and see if it's enough to jump into the second place position. He's currently looking for a 5.71. Let's see if that last wave is enough. I think it's official, and the judges did not think that way. He deemed that last wave of Mr. Montesinos as a 3.8. He's currently staying in the third place position in this heat, and he now needs 5.71. The requirement got a little bit low, but it's still a 5.71, so he can jump into second position. That will allow him to advance into round number 3, where these riders will join the top seeds of the leaderboard of the APB World Tour. And wow, big move there from Anas Sadar, the flying Moroccan machine.
Okay, so hi everyone, Tez McKenna joining Nunedo back on day number 1 here at the 2019 Sintra Portugal Pro. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess out there today, so as a result we're only having the 8 heats today, 8 heats of round number 2.
That is correct. Round number 1 was a walkthrough, which means most of the heats only had 2 riders, and according to seeding they were placed in round number 2, which we are running currently. And as soon as this round is finished, we call it quits for today, and we'll be resuming the competition tomorrow. You just saw on your screen the replays of that big ARS from Anas Sadar, and he just posted the best scoring wave in this competition so far, in the best excellent score of an 8.5, Teza.
Oh yeah, that's a good score on a day like today. Big shout out to Cliff Piper, of course, the SBC bodyboarding crew down there in South Oz. How you doing, man? A big fan of Manny Villa, who we're missing Manny through Portugal, but Manny will be at Fronton.
Yes, that will be a nice addition to finish off the APB World Tour 2019 season with a Grand Slam event. We're going back to the Canary Islands for the Fronton King, and that's the event that everyone is wanting to tune in. But right now at the moment we're running the Sintra Pro 2019, currently in the water, heat number 4 of the round number 2 of the Pro Men's division. We are watching James Clayton from South Africa going for another wave. His last wave just posted him a 3.4, and out the back this is Miguel Ferreira, just lost the leadership in this heat to Anas Sadar with that last 8.5.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Miguel Ferreira, he was in great form in Kiama. He came down under. I won't say I'm surprised to see him down there, but I was really glad to see him. You know, a young Portuguese rider with stars in the eyes, and it was fantastic to see him down here. He only arrived here this morning, turned up at the early flight, came and landed from Kiama with Pierre-Louis Costes and all the boys. So he's come straight from the airport to compete.
Yeah, last year he was the European junior champ, and that gave him a boost to pursue the World Tour in this Pro Men's division. And as Miguel Ferreira finished his high school, last year in high school, he decided to go on a trip, and he went early to Australia. Then he jumped into Indonesia, and then his coach joined him in Indonesia to train them. And then they flew back to Australia to compete on his first ever Grand Slam event.
Wow, that's a very cool story. I didn't know all of that. But,
yeah.
I did see his coach hanging around him, and I thought that's very professional of him. But yeah, he really conducted himself in a real professional manner, and I've got a feeling that kid's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, just looking at his event last year in Fronton, he served the place for the first time, and he ended up being in 4th position in the overall on the juniors division. So that says an amount of information there. And Miguel is one of the most proficient riders in Portugal, of the young riders that is, and I think is going to be a force to reckon with in the future, representing Portugal in the World Tour.
Absolutely. Well, right now we're watching James Clayton up and getting a little connection on the inside. Unusual sort of sandbank here at Sintra. It's like a big gutter, runs right through the middle of the break, and it's got a nice little left-hander. And gee, I tell you,
wow,
I was getting busy there for James Clayton. As we do a shout out to my girlfriend Kirsty Lana, watching from down under. What'd she say? Hello, baby. Hey, gorgeous. How are you?
Yeah,
I finally made it after 26 hours of flight time. It's a long way from Australia, that's for sure.
Yes, that's really all the way across the globe. And thanks for joining us here in the Sintra Pro. We just finished off that Grand Slam in Kiama as we watched the replay of the last wave of James Clayton going for a 5-roll combo on his last wave. Probably this will improve his situation in this heat. Let's wait for the scores.
Yeah, he's a great young South African rider, and just getting a bit of a heads up there from Sasha Talliard. Hey, Sash, how you going? Saying, let's go, James. And I did see some press on this kid coming through. Sasha in the house. What's up, brother? That's from Brandon Weiss. Back to you. We have Goncalo has just joined us as well. And keep those comments coming on the Facebook page. We do love hearing from you people out there in Webland. It's day number 1 of Sintra because it's only a short day. We're into heat number 4 at the moment. And coming up in heat number 5, we have Simone Monteiro from Portugal, along with Dino Carmo, of course, the Nazare local, Boris Anthony from France, and we have our little mate from Morocco there as well.
Lias Osmuth representing Morocco, so a big international field there in this Sintra Pro, as always. People coming in from the 4 corners of the world. We got people from Aruba, Panama, Colombia, South Africa, Brazil, of course, a big contingent from Brazil every year in Sintra, and of course the Portuguese trying to defend their home spot. France, Venezuela. It's absolutely amazing to see all the riders converging into the European leg of the APB World Tour 2019.
You betcha. Yeah, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Panama. This is Edwin Nunes coming up in heat number 7. And big raps on Edwin. I've seen a few of his clips. He's a fantastic bodyboarder. And
Sistra, como le llaman.
Yeah.
Sistra.
And then, riders from Colombia and stuff. So we are seeing, the tour starting to really expand. And after coming out of South America, so many people got so pumped after those 3 contests, or 4 contests with Brazil, and then 3 contests in Chile. I had a feeling, Nunito, that, that was probably one of the better moments in bodyboarding that, since I've been involved, or at least since 2011, 2012, when we had the, all the money. I felt like we were getting very close to being back to where we needed to be. So I was really proud when we came off that leg. And then, of course, Kiama was a great contest. So, the whole thing's in pretty good shape. Right now, it looks like who's got priority in that situation?
There's no priorities being held during this round 2, so we're applying the priority to who is paddling from the inside, and looks like it was Miguel Ferreira with priority on that wave, and probably the young Venezuelan did not see Miguel coming on that wave. As you can see, he dropped in on him, went for a roll there, and probably didn't even notice that Miguel was there.
He's going to look now, just right at the end of the wave. He looked over and went, oh my goodness, you were not on the inside of me on that situation. But Miguel didn't do anything wrong. Probably just a bit of inexperience there from the Venezuelan Leo. So wait and see what the judges do and say about that one.
Yeah, going back to the South American leg of the APB World Tour, I would agree with you. There was a turning point. It's great to see that bodyboarding is well and alive in that part of the globe. And the events that were run there were absolutely incredible. The winner was just a spread out field and opening up the world title contention to another level. I saw the interview of Pierre-Louis Costas in Kiama, the last event, and he said, usually I'm the young gun battling out the stars of the sport, and now he said he's not old. Of course, Pierre-Louis is only 29, but he's watching the young kids now going at it for the world title. Guys like Sammy Morentino, of course, Terry McDonnell, and they're the new world force, and I think we're opening a new turning point into different waves in the World Tour, and we're kind of finding our place finally where we should run these events and make bodyboard special again.
Yeah, that's right. And we had a really nice little message came through just a moment ago. I think it was one of the, Saeed, I think it is, the Moroccan. He said, that someone said, Sintra was pretty bad ways last year. He said, hope we get better conditions. And then he just said, look, that's part of the beauty of the sport of bodyboarding is the fact that, the world champion is going to be someone that can ride a whole bunch of different waves.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. The Kayame, we saw a nice wedge. Pierre-Louis make the most of it. Pierre-Louis also won in pipe. The conditions were not the best on offer, but he made the best of it, and we work with what we have. And looking at the forecast, looks like we're gonna have a lot of work in our hands for this remaining days here at the Sintra Pro, as the forecast looks absolutely amazing. Pumping swell, high periods, offshore winds. You should tune in tomorrow. We're just running the event today, like you mentioned, because we got a lot of heats that we have to go underway. And we just jumped into the division that has most athletes here at the Sintra Pro, which is the Pro Men's division, and we're running this round 2 exclusively today.
Absolutely. So no interviews today, by the way, too, folks. It's just too windy out there, and we'll have all the bells and whistles back here at Sintra for day number 2. So make sure you tune in nice and early tomorrow. Conditions are looking fantastic. But for now, what's happening? We're coming down to the last couple of moments in this one. Who's in the lead?
Oh, in the lead is Anas Adar, that ARS effort with an 8.5, the best scoring wave in this event so far. The only excellent score in this event so far is being held by the flying Moroccan machine, Anas Adar. No stranger to Sintra here, and I think is one of the riders to watch out, and is letting us know that message from early in the competition. Miguel Ferreira is holding on to that second place position, and James Clayton just posted a 3.95 on his last wave, and is on the hunt for a 5.61 to take away that second place position away from Miguel Ferreira. And Leo Montesinos in that last place position, he was awarded the interference on that wave, like we mentioned, and he's now against the ropes, I should say.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out. But James Clayton, mind you, is in a pretty good position. He's chasing a realistic score. James is going to have to get moving now. He looks like he's just kind of chilling at the moment. No priority today either. The PA system can't be heard on a windy day like today, so we have some logistical problems, but as we said, we're only going to roll out a couple of heats so we can stay on track for the rest of the week.
Definitely, it's a very big open field in front of the structure here. You got a lot of lefts and rights that you could ride throughout this immense beach break that is Praia Grande. Praia Grande means big beach for some reason, so they got a lot of space. Situations like Leo Montesinos happened because I think he didn't even notice that Miguel was there, because there is an open field and a lot of waves on offer. As we heard the buzzer 2 times, and that means that's all she wrote on this heat number 4 of round number 2. And we're going where, Teza?
Yeah, we're going to throw to a commercial break. Unfortunately, our little mate from South Africa getting knocked out of that one, but Anas Hadar and Miguel making it through to round number 3. We're going to throw to a commercial break, and we'll be back with more live action from the Sintra Pro 2019 right after this. Stick around.
Anda, está nublado, mas vai abrir.
Vá, venham lá, não está vento nenhum.
O mar está ótimo, estão umas grandes ondas.
Não, hoje não está muita gente.
Com o Mel Beach Cam, veja em direto praias de norte a sul do país. O Mel Beach Cam é ver para crer. Mel, humaniza-te.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us here in the day 1 of the Sintra Pro 2019. We're currently running the round 2 of the Pro Men's division, heat number 5. Let's jump into the water and the action, as we got already some replays. That's the rider in yellow going for a spin there, trying to connect this wave into the inside. Unfortunately for Boris Anthony from France, that wave will probably not be one of the keepers that he wants to obtain in this heat that will allow him to occupy position 1 and 2, allowing him to advance into round number 3. There in the replay was our very Portuguese Dino Carmo, local here from Nazaré, competing here in Sintra as a wild card. with the white singlet for him for a nice roll on the left-hander in posting a 5-point wave. Nice way to start for Dino Carmo. Joining him in the seat is Simão Monteiro. I just heard the beach announcer calling for Simão Monteiro. Simão Monteiro did not yet check in and pick up his competition Rashi for his heat. In yellow we got Boris Anthony from France. Like I mentioned, you did see a wave on the replay. And in black, Leas Osmo from Morocco in the black singlet. So today we have some pretty messy conditions, as you can see on your screen, but that's due to a storm front that hit the coast of Portugal yesterday. But that's not only bad news. This storm front will bring a very clean swell for the rest of the days of competition here of the Sintra Pro, and offshore winds are lining up for the next days. So make sure you tune in for the rest of the days, because the conditions will be really different from you watching on the screen. Nevertheless, we had to run this round 2 so we can schedule all of the events and heats remaining throughout this competition. And we will be only running the round 2 of the Pro Men's Division today, and as soon as it's finished, we're gonna call it off for today, and we'll resume the competition only tomorrow for day 2. Right now, 22 minutes remaining. In white from Portugal, leading this heat, Dino Carmo, no strategy to competition here. Dino Carmo, this year is his first World Tour event. Dino Carmo did obtain a top 16 result last year, but because Dino Carmo did opt not to compete on the South American leg of the APB World Tour or even the Australian leg, he was relegated in the seedings to a lower position. But right now, Dino Carmo getting a wild card here in the Sintra Pro, and it's good to see Dino Carmo come back into competition in the World Tour, and I think he's one of the riders to watch out, because he's doing a great campaign in the National Tour this year, also the European Tour, and looks ready and pumped to attack the waves here at Praia Grande, here at the Sintra Pro. We're watching Boris Anthony trying to bring this wave all the way to the inside. Reverse spin there. There he goes to the inside. Let's see if he can connect this one all the way through. Trying to combo that spin there. There he goes for a 360. Trying still to find another section there to apply a move, and there comes the backwash, and he fights through it and is able to land that roll. Whoa, that was a crazy move by Boris, the Frenchman, there in the yellow singlet. Let's see what the judges think of that. And as I take you through the replay, he caught the wave out the back, going here for this reverse, like we mentioned, connecting the wave with another forward spin and going for a roll through the backwash wave there on the inside. That was some crazy move there, and he was able to land it. So let's wait for the scores for that last wave as I jump into the shout-out. So we got my good friend Bernardo Geronimo, a.k.a. Chorizo, currently living in the Canary Islands, throwing an eye mash and a boom emoji here in the commentary box. I think Bernardo will be joining the event in Gran Canaria, the Fronton King. You'll probably have to go through the trials, of course, like everyone that wants to, that's not seated on the World Tour and wants to compete in that amazing event. Who wouldn't want to compete in that event? So shout outs to Chorizo in Gran Canaria Islands. Got out the Mohamed Bali going for Lias, shouting out from the Moroccan right now with the black singlet in the water. And big shout out from Tasmania from Aaron Outen. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Also, Ricky Woodside shouting out from Ireland. Thanks for tuning in, boys. Let's make bodyboard great again. And just tune in and support your local fellow bodyboarders, or even support your favorites. Filippo Mori saying, hey guys, waiting for the weekend to be here. Cheering from Cascais, lot of wind here. Yeah, right. Philippe, thanks for tuning in. A lot of wind here, as you can see on your screen too. But looks like the forecast is going to be bringing offshore winds and a really clean swell. So if you can stop by during the weekend, make sure and you don't miss any of the action. My good friend Cadu Grange is joining in also and watching live. I had an event yesterday with Cadu, had a nice barbecue and some really nice music vibes throughout the night. Glad to see you're up and running. And also Juan Hernández, hello from Panama, hola. A todos que están mirando y que hablan español, estamos aquí en el Sintra Pro, día número 1 de competencia acá en Praia Grande, la pierna de Europa del Tour 2019 de la APB. Vamos a estar aquí en Sintra. Después tenemos una prueba de juniors en Viana y saltamos de seguida para Canarias, Isla Canarias, donde vamos a tener el frontón, el último evento Grand Slam. Pero todavía este es un quest event aquí en Sintra, pero están muchos puntos para los rankings para ser competidos y por las cuentas puede ser que podemos coronar aquí un campeón mundial. Por eso no percan ni una medalación. Up and riding the rider in black, Hilas Osmo from Morocco. Unfortunately for you, is getting a good wave there, but unfortunately not completing that move. A todos que estão a ver o live webcast, também temos que falar em português, pois estamos em Portugal, como é óbvio. Este é o dia número 1 do Sintra PRO 2019, a prova da história competitiva de bodyboard mais longa, 24 anos de história. Quando vemos aqui o replay do atleta marroquino, ali apanhar uma das maiores ondas do dia, diria eu, uma secção bastante pesada, tão pesada que ele nem conseguiu completar ali a manobra. De qualquer forma, o marroquino Hilas está a ocupar a segunda posição, a primeira está ocupada pelo Dino Carmo, tem uma onda de 5 pontos. O francês que veste de amarelo, Boris Anthony, já leva uma onda de 2,75 de sua última onda, e o português Simão Monteiro, não sei se ainda levantou a sua licra ou não. Talvez a situação de termos saltado a primeira ronda desta divisão masculina fez com que o atleta português fizesse mal as contas, pois a primeira ronda, como só tinha poucos atletas, através do seeding, os atletas que estavam na ronda 1 foram colocados na ronda 2 e passámos logo diretamente para a ronda 2. Ronda esta que vai ser realizada hoje e assim que termine vamos dar como completo este primeiro dia de competição e vamos resumir a prova amanhã. Vemos ali a equipa de salvamento, Jet Resgate, o Ramon, ali garantir que todos os atletas que necessitem de assistência dentro da água a tenham. Muito obrigado a toda a equipa que está aqui neste Sintra PRO 2019, desde o Beach Marshal aos juízes e todo o staff que faz possível esta prova. Pela 24ª vez aqui na Praia Grande, esta prova já é completamente histórica e mítica. Só o facto de ter o nome forjado na história do bodyboard como vencedor desta prova já é um grande feito para uma carreira de qualquer bodyboarder, e acho que é o que faz bodyboarders de todo o mundo deslocarem-se aqui à Praia Grande para tentarem a sua sorte. Damos já aqui o atleta de marroquino novamente a optar pela uma direita e completa desta feita um rolo. Vamos ver então se ele consegue ligar aqui esta onda com o inside, mais um reverse ali, vamos ver se ele consegue ainda completar esta onda um pouco mais. Tem ali uma secção a aparecer à frente, ele vai para o rolo ali agora desta feita para a esquerda, iniciou-se a onda para a direita e acabou a onda para a esquerda. Vamos ver que nota é que ele vai ter ali. Entretanto, a nota da última onda de branco saiu 1,4.4. Dino reforça assim a sua liderança, assim como vemos o replay da última onda do atleta negro. Alright, just a little bit of commenting in Portuguese as we got some real bodyboard fans tuning in live through the Facebook live feed, and shout out to Lara Benson, shouting out for Samir, Ricky Woodside tuning in as well, and yeah, it's good to see all the people shouting out and tuning in while their friends are competing. And yeah, talking about Morocco tuning in, we've got Hilas Osmo with his last wave of 5.75, jumping into the lead, taking away the lead from Dino Carmo. That was holding on to the lead with a strength of a 5 point and a 4.4. Still in third position is Boris Anthony, the French rider in the yellow singlet. Still yet to make an appearance is Simão Monteiro, the Portuguese. Unfortunately, don't know where Simão is. If you can call Simão, let him know that his heat is underway. Still has 13 minutes remaining on his heat. as we watch the rider from Morocco is currently leading this heat. Ilas Osmo jumping back into the water as his last wave just finished in the shore there. I got my good friend Vasco Figueiredo, one of the camera operators for the World Surfing League, sending some shout-outs and also giving some advice for the cameraman as he's watching the live feed. Thanks for tuning in and give us our feedback. He also wants me to speak French. I can say bonjour à tous les amis qui that are watching live, and that's about it. I can speak Spanish a little bit and also Portuguese. That's my mother language, but mostly I'll be doing the live commentary in English. Thanks for tuning in, Vasco, for all your feedback. I'll make sure the team gets your professional feedback here, and it's good to really have you watching this first day of the Sintra Pro. Okay, we got Miguel Marques tuning in as well, and Ricardo Laranjeira shouting out for Dino, saying go Dino. Dino is currently doing a great job at the moment in this heat number 5 of round number 2 of the Pro Men's Division. He is in an advancing position, second place position in this heat, as we're watching Boris Anthony, the Frenchman, who is currently sitting in the 3rd position on the hunt for a 6.66 to take away that second place position from Dino Carmo. Occupying the 1st place position is Ilas Osmo from Morocco, the rider in black in your screen as you're watching him paddling out back after he's finishing that 5.75 wave, the highest scoring wave in this heat so far, with 11 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Okay, Andy Tyrell shouting out from Scarborough, Queensland. 9 p.m. and windy wave. Yeah, we got some windy conditions. Thanks for the shout out and some love for the coverage. We did have a storm front hitting the coast of Portugal yesterday and messed up the conditions for today. But the good news is that the swell is coming for tomorrow, and it will hold up for throughout the week. And we've got some really nice wind conditions throughout the week as well. So I could say that the Sintra Pro 2016 this year will be a treat. Please make sure you tune in the rest of the days. This is just the first day. We're only running the round 2 of the Pro Men's Division because we needed to go get some heats out of the way, so we make sure the rest of the days we can finish the competition, because we have a lot of divisions under our belt here for the Sintra Pro 2019. As always, we have the Pro Men's Division, we have the Pro Women's Division, the Juniors Division, and also the Drop Knee. We're probably gonna crown some world champions here in Sintra as well, so make sure you don't miss any of the action, like this replay of the last wave of Dino Carmo going for a roll there. Will this last wave improve his backup score of a 4.4? He's on the hunt for a 4.51 to jump back into the 1st position that he occupied early in this heat. So we'll have to wait as this 9 minutes and 40 seconds unfold that we have still in this heat. Okay, Tiago Pimentão giving us really bad news. Tiago Pimentão always joins us here in Sintra to compete in the drop knee division. I follow Tiago Pimentão on the social media, and he's always finding the best breaks to surf. I think he's one of the guys that I know that is right about my age that is still able to surf almost every day, and he's really a drop knee fan, and I really love to see his face here competing in the drop knee division. He really does represent Portugal very well in that division. He improves every year, and I've been watching him. I know that he's been training, but unfortunately due to a ear problem, he is not able to compete this year. Thanks for the shout out, Thiago, and hope to see you next year competing. Right now in the water we have Dino Carmo going for that left-hander, trying to complete that roll, but he unfortunately did not completing that move. Okay, and Ariel, knowing that at his home spot the waves are windy as well. I think it's due to this storm that is hitting Portugal same way. So we'll have to wait for better conditions for tomorrow, like I mentioned. Really amazing forecast is waiting for us for throughout the next days of the competition here at the Sintra Pro. But hey, we have to deal with Mother Nature offers, and we had it all in this 24 years that we're running this event here in Sintra. We had big, heavy, 10-foot waves out the back. We've been having small waves as well, almost into flat conditions. We had situations for the first time that we could not finish the event last year. We had to divide points between Ian and PLC on the podium last year. And yeah, this is Mother Nature at its best. And we need to get the competition going, and the boys need to sort out their strategies in this round 2 if they want to advance and join the top seeds on round 3. Up and running, this is the current heat leader, the Moroccan, trying to find the critical section there at the right end. Unfortunately for Elias, he did not find that wave. Boris trying hard to pedal for the wave there on the inside. And out the back, as we watch the replay, not getting on time to the last section. There was Ilse Osmo, the Moroccan, currently leading this heat. There goes Dino Carmo trying to milk this one and trying to get rid of that 4.4 wave that he has as a backup, trying to jump into first place position. Right next, in heat number 6, we're going to have Kellen Yamasaki representing Hawaii. Nice to see some Hawaiian competitors joining us in Sintra once again. Alex Nutt, a regular through the past years representing South Africa, the young rider from South Africa. Good to see you back in the competition once again. In yellow, Joey Gregory representing USA. Wow, long time I don't see a United States rider joining the field there at the Sintra Pro. So welcome, Joey. Your brother just tuned in here in the commentary box. He went for a sleep, but he make sure his alarm was set so he could watch you compete. So good luck, Joey Gregory. And also Samir Candelas from Puerto Rico. We also already have some shout outs coming from Puerto Rico to send some good vibes to Samir. He's competing on the next heat as well, heat number 6 of the round 2. Currently in the water with 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the clock. We have Dino Carmo now leading the heat on the strength of his last wave, a 6.25. A combo of moves allowed him to obtain the best scoring wave in this heat so far and jump back into the first place position. Now the Moroccan in black was relegated to second position, but still holding on to a comfortable lead regarding the rider in yellow that is occupying the third place position, the Frenchman Boris Anthony, now needing a 6.76 to jump into second. Simão Monteiro, the rider you supposedly should see in red in the water, did not pick up his competition jersey. I don't know where Simão is. He only has 4 minutes and 40 seconds to attack those first 2 place positions. Not a lot of time. I don't know if Simão is in the vicinity. If you know Simão, please call and let him know that his heat is in the water, although there's not a lot of time for him, as the riders for the next heat already jumped into the blue water. In this 25-minute heats, 5 minutes paddle, you can see the Jet Resgate team, Ramon the pilot there on the jet ski, making sure that our riders are safe. And if any assistance is needed, Ramon is there for them. So good job, boys, here in this Sintra Pro. It's a big team working together here in the booth, commentating throughout the worldwide throughout the live stream. If you're joining us here in the Facebook APB World Tour page, let us know where you're watching from, what time it is on the place you're watching from, and give a shout out to your favorite riders. Send some emojis as well, a thumbs up or a heart if you're enjoying this live webcast, and I'll give a shout out back to you as soon as possible. Chris Cummings tuning in, also Rodrigo Phelps, Brandon Weiss already following us for a long time, Fadel Sadi and tuning in as well, Jeff T. Brokeman tuning in for his brother Joey Gregory coming up in the next seat. Like I mentioned, JP Parole sending some love. And yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Ian Weber, big waves, small waves, clean waves, Mavis waves, doesn't matter. Bodyboarding is beautiful. That about sums it. And it's exactly, we don't need perfect conditions, we just need decent conditions, and we can showcase our sport. Some of the riders have been doing so. In the case of the last heat, Anna Sadar just posted an 8.5, the highest scoring wave with a big projected ARS, and that's what we can do in these conditions. And the waves are up for grabs, and the top two positions in these heats will advance into the next round, where the top seeds of the leaderboard are waiting patiently to know where their heat's going to be, and probably resuming it tomorrow with the amazing forecast that we have waiting for us during the Sintra PRO 2019. I'm psyched looking at the forecast. We got some really nice solid swell coming through, hitting the Portuguese coast tomorrow. Nice period, which means the waves will be far apart and real clean between sets, and also the so beloved offshore winds that we like to hit the west coast of Portugal here, which will allow most all of the Portuguese coast to work and give special conditions. And Praia Grande is one of those pieces of coast here in Portugal that will showcase Portugal waves at its best starting tomorrow, so don't miss out any of the action, as we today on day one are only running the round 2 of the Pro Men's Division. Round 1 was a walkthrough. It means that most of the heats only had 2 riders, and according to seeding they were positioned in this round 2, and we're now running round 2 and getting this round out of the way. So for the rest of the days we still have plenty of time to run the rest of the heats and all of the different divisions that we're holding on the best times at the best conditions. We do remind that we have the Pro Men's Division currently in the water, and throughout this Sintra Pro we're gonna have the Women's Division as well, also the Junior Division and the Drop D Division. So we've got world title implications throughout this European leg, of course, because we finish the World Tour in Europe, as we always do. This Sintra event is a must, of course. It's the longest running event in the World Tour, so if you are a bodyboard lover, you probably are been hearing about this competition for the past 24 years. We're gonna jump into Vienna, for the World Junior Tour, and then after that we're gonna go back to the Canaries this year into the Fronton King. Don't go anywhere, as this heat just ended. Looks like Dino Carmo and the Moroccan now will be advancing into the next round. We're gonna jump into the commercials and to the action right after this.
Imagina o seu mel de sonho.
Imagino ver derbys como nunca os vi, cheio de lances perigosos. Emoção do primeiro ao último minuto.
Tem que ter clássicos e fixe era chegar a casa e ir direto para as melhores jogadas.
Os melhores jogadores.
Os melhores campeonatos.
Tudo ao mesmo tempo.
Imagine juntar ao seu mel a nova timeline para ver os golos e os momentos decisivos e com o novo Multiview assistir às melhores competições em simultâneo. Adira a fibra Ultra HD do Mel com oferta até 6 meses dos canais Eleven Sports e ainda do Mel Filmes e Séries. Mel, humaniza-te.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is the day one of the Sintra Pro 2018, the first stop of the European leg of the APB World Tour. Currently in the water, we're running the men's division. We're running also the heat number 6 of round 2, the only route we'll be running this day because the conditions are kind of messy. You can check them out. As you can see, right now in the water we have in black Samir Candelas representing Puerto Rico. Vamos papi a representar Puerto Rico con toda la fuerza. In red we've got Kawika Kamai representing Hawaii. Chihu for all the Hawaiians watching, aloha, and keep on sending the shout outs if you're cheering for, no sorry, it's Kellen Yamasaki from Hawaii, I was getting it wrong. Still from Hawaii in red. In white, Alex Nutt from South Africa, the young rider from South Africa representing once again in Sintra. And from the United States of America, Joey Gregory in yellow. Really nice to see, I'm going to mention it once again, riders from the USA competing on the World Tour. If you're tuning in from the US, you should send all of your best riders back into the World Tour. We miss that USA flavor in the World Tour, and I think you guys for a couple of years run alongside the Australians the bodyboarding world, and we're missing out some of your amazing talent to be showcased here in the World Tour. So we just watched Gregor there going for a wave of his own. Right now in the screen you've got Kellen Yamasaki, the Hawaiian. I think it's his first time competing here in the Sintra. We got a Hawaiian field increasing here in Sintra every year with the likes of Mac Criley and also Sammy Morentino that been coming here to Sintra for the 4th year in a row. It's nice to see some new talent joining us here from all across the world. And hope you guys don't find the water too cold, because you know why, it's like soup the water. Here it's a little bit colder, so make sure you guys keep warm and also hydrated. And all the best for the riders coming from every little corner in the world. So right now, as you can see, we've got an Hawaiian, South African, North American, and a Puerto Rican competing in this heat alone. So it's a very extensive international field so far in this round number 2, and it's getting more and more international as this round 2 unfolds. And we're going to get some waves ridden in this heat, but nothing that really will factor into the top 2 waves that these riders are looking for. We've got some shout outs still coming in. Right now we've got the Puerto Ricans cheering up for Samir. They're tuning in. I would really like to know what time is it in Puerto Rico, so you guys could tune in here. And thanks Marcy for giving me all the technicalities. Terry McDaniel is from USA, so it's nice to see some more talent. And using the example of Tanner, there's a lot of talent coming from North America, so keep on sending your best riders to compete here in the World Tour stage. As we're watching right now, the young South African Alex Nutt trying to combo some moves there and trying to post his first wave on the scoreboard as he's quickly paddling out the back, because he might not be happy with that first wave, but nevertheless it's good to get on a rhythm. This is the replay of the wave of Joey Gregory. Nice 360 moves there, but unfortunately for Joey, the wave just fades off there and out the back. Same thing happened to Alex Nutt. So I have Tessa McKenna joining him here in the booth, and there's a lot of South Africans tuning in the shop box, and also some Puerto Ricans, and also some people tuning in from the USA. We got a battle on our hands, Tessa.
Yeah, you betcha. A big shout out everyone, Tessa McKenna, and of course Nuno Cardoso. Thank you very much, Nuno, doing a great job. It's only day number 1 here at Sintra. And some big swells heading our way. It looks like tomorrow will be really some really nice waves around, and pretty solid as well, with much less wind. So that will be great news. And then I think it'll be probably midweek before we get the women and the drop knee in the water. You know, it's going to probably need to settle down a little bit before we get the girls and the DK underway. So more men surfing and probably pro junior action tomorrow.
Wow, I can't wait because there's world title implications like I mentioned. And if you look at the APB Tour website, you can jump in, check the ratings. They're updated from the last event in Kiyama. You can start to do your math. There's some really interesting heats that will unfold throughout this Sintra Pro that will have world title implications.
Yeah, you betcha. So at the moment, of course, Pierre-Louis is in the lead, and then you have Semi Moratino right on his tail. Semi's big bonus for Semi Moratino, Nunito, is the fact that he won the Antofagasta contest. And what happened there was it was an extra 1,000 points. So Grand Slams are worth 8,000 in general. But we see the replay of White there just coming out finally out the front. But Antofagasta, because of the money, because it had so much money, $50,000, it was actually 9,000 points. So that gave Semi Moratino a real bonus by winning that contest. Pierre, of course, has won 2 events with Arica and Koma. They're both worth 8,000 each. And I mean, originally we said that Pierre might be able to take the title here, but I've been having a look at the calculations. I think it's still going to go to Fronton.
Yes, it probably will, because I don't think any of these riders will let it go easy. Pierre and Sammy look on form. And we also could not roll out Alan Munoz with an excellent win in Puta Dois Iquique. Unfortunately for Alan, that event was only 5,000 points, but we've got as well Tristan Roberts with a brilliant win in Brazil, clocking in 8,000 points. So he's one of the riders to watch out as well, of course.
Okay, so Semi Moratino's Iquique result, it was a 5th position, gave him 3,050 points. And of course, Pierre's pipeline win was only 3,000. So Semi's got him with a 9,000 at Antofagasta and an equal 5th in Iquique for 3,050. And Pierre, as I said, has got two wins with 8,000 points for the Grand Slam and 3,000 points for pipeline. So if Pierre wins here, it's not going to change too much. I believe that we will need to take this thing to Fronton.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see what Mother Nature will deliver at Fronton. APB World Tour is back again in the Canary Islands. It's something that I'm very excited about. And if the world title goes all the way to the Canaries, I will not feel sorry for anything, because there's going to be the real showdown there. And if Mother Nature delivers, we're going to have a hell of a show to finish this 2019 APB World Tour.
Absolutely. So we're down to just under 17 minutes remaining. So day number 1 here at the 2019 Sintra Portugal Pro. Tezza and Nunito holding it down. Only a short day here today, so we've just got a couple more heats remaining before we wrap things up. You're not going to miss out on too much today. It's looking pretty ordinary. Very important that we stayed on track, though, with the competition. Tomorrow, I think we're going to have a pretty big day, maybe like 20 or 24 heats.
Can't wait for it, Tezza. Thanks for the update on the development of this Sintra Pro as the next days will unfold. And we've got some really good forecasts. Unfortunately, the conditions that we're watching is due to a storm front that hit the coast of Portugal yesterday. But the good news about it is that this storm front will bring enough swell throughout the week. And Mother Nature decided to give us a little gift and say, with the swell that I just gave you, we're going to give you offshore winds as well. So this Sintra Pro might become one for the books, as the forecast is looking amazing, and I just can't wait for the next 5 days. Up and riding is the young North American Joey Gregory in the yellow singlet. There he goes, trying to find something. There he goes for the reverse. Unfortunately for Joey, the wave fades out and he needs to paddle out the back and find another one. Right now, up and riding, the young Puerto Rican Samir Candela is going for a roll there. Unfortunately for Samir, he gets stuck on the lip there and unfortunately not completing that move. Somebody needs to paddle out the back and find a wave. Who is currently doing the best job out of the 4 competitors in the water right now in heat number 6, round 2, is Alexander Nutt, the young South African that I think it's the third year he's been coming here to Sintra, and he's becoming a regular. It is really nice to see that he's building on a campaign. He's gaining experience. He always comes here with the smile. He competes both in the junior and also the pro men's division, and he puts in the work. As we watch him do a roll there with Terry McDaniel look-alike board with the pink deck.
Yeah, I love that colorway. It's very cool indeed. Joey Gregory, all the way from the USA. A big shout out. I can see Joey on this one, just busting a nice little roll on the outside section. Joey, of course, representing Custom X and a whole bunch of other, great sponsors that are backing him in his quest on this tour. Shout out to Sasha Taliard saying it's time for snails and soup bok.
Caracóis e cerveja.
See, love that stuff. And who else have we got here? We got Wagner is tuned in. Chobani Khan, how you doing, man? Great to see you lined up. And Kirsty Lana from Australia is back and tuning in as well. Hey, Kirsty, how you doing?
Yeah, we got Megomi Johnson cheering for Samir Puerto Rico, but he's tuning in from New York City, Rockaway Beach. Thank you guys for tuning from every little corner in the world, and make sure you share this live and let people know that the Sintra Pro is currently going. We're gonna only run in this, so they won the round number 2, so there's not much action today, but tomorrow please make sure you tune in, because we're gonna have a fun-filled day with a lot of heats and a lot of divisions.
Absolutely. Shout out again to more people on the Facebook page. Silas Garcia, the Brazilian living in Australia. How you doing, buddy? We've got Leilani Kavanagh all the way from South Africa. Tiago Pimenta, how you doing? We got Chris Cummings doing a bit of a shout out for Joey, just a bit of USA support right there, and a whole bunch of other people. So again, we'd love to hear from you. Carl Munga doing some shakas from Margie's. Of course, that's Margaret River in West Australia, down south. How you doing, Carl? Long time no see, champion. Carl's a great bodyboarder from Australia. So we're down to just past the halfway mark. These heats are 25 minutes in duration. Got some support coming through. Lara Benson saying, come on, Samir. Love and support from Laura Benson. How you doing, Laura? We got Gifford tuning in as well, doing a bit of a shout out for Alex Nuts. Lots of people on the Facebook page. We do appreciate all those comments coming through. We've got to around about 27,000 people have tuned into the webcast so far this morning. This is people coming in and coming out of the webcast. So the numbers have been pretty spectacular for the APB Tour this year, Nunito, and having a look at this one, it's again really challenging conditions here at Praia Grande today.
Yes, there was the young Puerto Rican Samir Candelas trying to make the best of that right-hander. He was able to complete some moves there, so I know for sure that this is going to be his best scoring weight in the heat so far. With 11 minutes remaining, there goes Joey Gregory, the young North American, trying to find something there as well. Let's see if he can complete this wave. He changes from right to left, but I think this wave is gonna fade as he tries to connect it to the inside, showing some frustration there. But don't worry, there's still plenty of time as we watch the young Hawaiian Kellen Yamasaki going for a body surf wave, as it looks like he's lost his border. I don't know if he broke his leash or if he went to the water without a leash. You know how it goes with this Hawaiians, they can do anything, drop knee, stand up, prone, and probably can surf the whole day without a leash, and it's just a walk in the park for them. Right now, currently leading this one is the young South African Alex Nutt in the white singlet on the strength of a 3.25 and a 2.75. Right now in second place position is Samir Candelas from Puerto Rico. This is his last wave over 2 points. Was enough to jump into second position. Third position is Joey Gregory. His best wave is a 1.75, and still struggling to find a decent score as well is Kellen Yamasaki, the Hawaiian in the red singlet. Let's see if they can find plenty of waves here in this last 10 minutes. Going for ARS, that is Alex Nutt, the young South African, completing that move. Another T60, there he goes. Unfortunately, the wave just fades as his wave gets into the to the inside. as we watch the replay. Real strong paddler. He goes bottom turn, eyes off that section, goes for the RRS, was able to push through the white foam there. Another 360, and that's all she wrote for the young South African. Probably he could improve his situation. We have to wait on scores of that last wave.
Okay, again, we want to do a bit of a shout out to people tuning in. Marcy Coulton Crelly, of course, Matt Crelly's mum. Just doing a bit of a shout out for Alex Nutt. She's a great supporter of the webcast, and look forward to catching up one day, Marcy. Hope to come to Pipeline in 2020, so maybe we can catch up there. That'd be nice. Brandon Weiss saying it's very wonky today. Maybe should have held off till tomorrow when conditions clean up. Brandon, I think we explained this earlier that we needed to, have at least 8 heats here today to stay on track. We only have 6 days to run the competition. We have almost 100 heats to get through. So remember last year we didn't finish the contest because of the fog. So we are trying to avoid that situation again in 2019.
Yeah, most definitely. There was, like I mentioned, it was Mother Nature. The fog ruined the party here at Sintra, but we were able to go through all the way to the finals. Points got divided between the finalists, but still was a great show to watch last year in Sintra. This year we got some really good forecasts lining up for the rest of the week, so make sure you don't miss any of the action. Today, like you mentioned, Teza, we needed to get the competition underway. Round 2's getting done, and we're going to finish the day with this round 2 of the Pro Men's Division. Make sure you tune in for tomorrow because we got a lot of divisions. You look at Sintra and say, oh, God, you got 5 days you could held off, but we've got Pro Men's Division, Pro Women's Division, Juniors Division, and also the drop knee, and all of them with world title implications. So want to take it easy, want to take it slow, want to make the best calls, and make sure the riders get the best conditions throughout this week, and we can deliver to you the best possible quality bodyboard show, live streaming to all the world.
Okay, so time starting to slip away now, and again, Joey Gregory looking for a score there at the moment. Joey doesn't need too much to go up into second position. What sort of numbers is he chasing, Nunito? Can you read that there?
Yes, Joey Gregory is just looking for a 1.26 to jump into second, and Kellen Yamasaki only needs a 1.66 to jump into second position. So it's all open still with less than 7 minutes on the clock. Luis Villar is tuning in. Luis Villar, a very known Brazilian competitor who used to compete in Sintra for so many years.
I'm pretty sure he's a former winner of Sintra. Lewis, can you confirm
that is correct. That is correct. So one of the Brazilian Storms, one of the riders of the Brazilian Storm back in the day, they would come in big groups, storm the place, and usually would take the win.
I'm a big fan of Luis Villar. He and I had a great relationship back in the early days, and hope things are going great. I've seen him on his Instagram page. Super fit individual these days. Felipe Mora also saying, hey, Teza, since the next edition is the 25th, how about advancing the event back to the August like the old days? Sintra was never about the waves, more about the European summer. I think this is a great idea, and we need to change things a little bit next year because the competitions were jammed up between Kiama and Sintra.
Yes.
Very, very close. So moving Sintra back could be a great move, and we want to see all those people on the beach and make it a real carnival atmosphere.
Yes. The thing about the Sintra event is always about the celebration of bodyboarding, and for the first time, and this is 24 years ago, we were able to get all of the pros here, and you can watch them in flesh and skin. That alone was just a great feat, and they've been coming year after year after year after year, and still guys like Luis Villar, a winner here in 2007, still tuning in and wanting to be a part of this from all the way, all across the ocean, and still tuning in, and real fans of this event. And I think a person like Luis Villar should be proud for the rest of his life to have his name craved in the list of the winners here at the Sintra Pro, the longest running event in the history of bodyboarding. So we were watching a wave of Alex Nutt, nice style there, going for the cup at T60. Unfortunately for Alex Nutt, I don't think that the wave will factor in those top 2 scores that he needs, but he's currently leading this heat. still struggling to know who's going to advance alongside Alex. Is the rest of the riders not requiring a high score at the moment, but the conditions are a little bit messy, and sometimes it's really hard to find that wave that you want, even if it's a low score.
Okay, so that was the little APB replay here, folks. Day number 1 at the 2019 Sintra Portugal Pro, of course, the longest running event in bodyboarding history. Shout out to Dan Williams, watching from Newcastle. Leonardo Alar just joined us. How you doing, Leo? And Dion Mayer, of course, saying, "What's up, gents?" And miss you guys. We missed you, man. We really need you here in Sintra. So maybe next year, man. Let's work on that stuff. Chad Howard also joining in, saying, "Good morning, guys. At work on the John." And doing some live streaming from NC. What a classic. So we don't want to go into details about what the John is, but I think I get the drift on that one.
I'm pretty sure, 100% sure where he is right now, and I don't want to picture it at the moment.
Exactly.
Shout out to Mumbles, aka D and Mari, tuning in from South Africa. And really miss you, brother. Hope to see you soon in an APB event. Don't know if you're going to the Canary Islands. If you do so, let me know. And if you want to pop by Portugal, you me casa su casa, hermano. So right now at the moment, we've got heat number 6 unfolding as the clock doesn't stop to tick. 3 minutes remaining on this one. Still in the lead is Alexander Nat, representing South Africa. Mumbles might be happy with this one. Up and riding, this is Joey Gregory from the USA. Unfortunately, Joey not finding the best wave there. He's on the hunt for a 2.26 to take that second place position that is being held by Samir Candelas, the young Puerto Rican in the black singlet, and in red from Hawaii, struggling with the cold waters, I presume. It's Kellen Yamasaki. His best wave is still a 1.35. Let's see if he can improve on that in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Teza.
Okay, so I think it's Fidel Sadi is asking, is the tide rising or getting lower? It's actually coming in. High tide is 1:28 p.m. You know what? We're right on the top of a 3-metre high tide. Low tide coming up at about 7:45 this evening, 1.5 metre low tide. So that's that one. We got Dougie Fresh. How you doing, man? Just joining into the little webcast. Marco Justino saying, "Come on, Alex Nutt, let's go." And Marcy Coulton Crelly, of course, saying, "Come on, Kellen." Got some Americans here, some mainland Americans, which is really cool to see. Also, Marco Justino flying in tomorrow. Nice one. Marco, make sure that you collect your bag from that Lisbon airport, man. They're notorious for losing your bag occasionally, those guys. I think I lost it like 3 years in a row. But this year I got the bag, which was nice, because I had the scoring system in my bag that went underneath. And I was thinking, oh my God, if I don't get the bag, we're in a bit of trouble here. But everything worked out okay. So now we're coming down to the final stages of this current heat in the water. So stoked to have you with us. Only 2 minutes remaining. So Joey Gregory, keep your eye on yellow right now. Of course, that is I think Samir, just finishing off with the red singlet. Really close one here for Joey Gregory. Let's see if he gets the score required. What's he chasing now? Is it still a 2-point something?
So right now at the moment, Joey Gregory is on the hunt for a 2.26, and Kellen Yamasaki, the Hawaiian in red, is chasing a 2.66. So that's not a high toll. Let's see if one of these riders can find the wave in the last 40 seconds. Hopefully for Samir Candelas, they do not find that wave, because Samir is holding on to a tight rope there. Oh, Kellen Yamasaki, there he goes. 2-spin combo. Nice style there. Finding a nice wave. Going for reverse. A little bit slow motion, getting stuck there, and the wave fades out on the last seconds effort. Oh, out the back, Joey Gregory, what can he show us?
Oh, Joey's going to roll off the back of it. He only needed a really small score. That's going to cost Joey big time. And Kellen, I tell you what, I love the style. Look at that cross-leg spin, really tidy technique. Just losing a little momentum on that last reverse. So Chris Cummings, let's wait for that score for Joey, mate. He was hanging on that one. And Manuel Herrera from Chile. Hey, my good friend from the... of course, Manuel is representing... he's got a nice little business there. There's that replay. Beautiful stuff there from the last wave of red. But I don't think too much is going to change in this heat. I got a feeling that Kellen and in the end, I think Joey, our two Americans, are going to be bowing out of this one.
I don't know, it's up to the judges. Meanwhile, we're gonna go jump into commercials and come back to the Sintra Pro Day 1 right after this.
Anda, está nublado, mas vai abrir.
Vá, venham lá, não está vento nenhum.
O mar está ótimo, estão umas grandes ondas.
Não, não, hoje não está muita gente.
Com o Mel Beach Cam, veja em direto praias de norte a sul do país. O Mel Beach Cam é ver para crer. Mel, humaniza-te.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. This is day 1 of the Sintra Pro. Joining me here in the booth all the way from Panama, Gustavo. Give us a shout out. Un saludo desde Panamá. También tenemos aquí Gustavo. Vamos a hacer también un poquito en español. No tiene problema. Podemos hablar también en inglés. Estamos listos. La manga número 7 de esa ronda 2, ya tenemos un competidor aquí.
Así es.
Pienso que es lo rider que está de negro, Milo Delage, un francés. Y tenemos también en la agua Edwin Núñez de Panamá, de amarillo, de blanco Noé Capdeville y de rojo Dave Hubbard. ¿Qué me puedes decir de los competidores de Panamá que está de amarillo ahorita, Edwin Núñez?
Ahorita mismo tenemos a Edwin Núñez, que está es el mejor de Panamá que ahorita mismo tenemos, está de número 1. Y bueno, pero es primera vez que viene, que traemos 3 competidores de Panamá a la APB. Está un poquito nervioso, pero bueno, es parte de todos. Y en Panamá, como te digo, estamos tratando de cambiar la cultura del bodyboard y llevarla hacia el siguiente nivel.
Sí, y yo estuve en Panamá ya un par de veces y ustedes tienen buenísima ola para bodyboard, por eso no extraño estar aquí competidores de Panamá y bienvenidos. Gracias por venir en grupo, yo pienso que ese es el espíritu. Y vimos ahorita una ola de los franceses que está de blanco, Noah Capdeville, buen rollo. Y ahorita viene Dave Hubbard, que también está de vuelta a la competición ese año en el Mundial.
Sí.
Y que estaba diciendo que Edwin Núñez es lo líder en Panamá. ¿Qué se hace allá? ¿Tiene una competencia nacional?
Sí, este año reorganizamos todos y abrimos el Comité Pro Bodyboard de Panamá para hacer todas las cosas más organizadas. Todavía no tenemos mucho apoyo o cero apoyo del gobierno, pero las competencias que hemos tirado este año han sido con tiempo de espera, esperando un buen suelo. Han quedado muy buenas y bueno, estamos en eso para seguir echando para adelante y ojalá algún día podamos tener Panamá en el tour.
Isso seria incrível. Agora falar um bocadinho em português, temos aqui na cabine o Gustavo. Ele está aqui com uma equipa de atletas do Panamá. Ele vem aqui falar um bocadinho sobre o estado do bodyboard no Panamá. Estão aqui uma equipa de panameños a competir. Quem está aqui de Panamá? Quem é venido? ¿Tú, claro?
Sí, Eloy Núñez, que compitió ya
sí.
en el segundo hit, y Verónica Correa, que va a competir en la de mujeres. Y Edwin Núñez va en drop knee también. Están las dos.
Temos então atletas nas diferentes divisões, tanto feminino como também na divisão pro masculina e também no drop knee, ou seja, Panamá vem em força este ano e vamos estar a ver aqui que resultados é que vão obter. Esta é a primeira vez que todos esses competidores estão aqui na Europa competindo em Sintra.
Primera vez. Se me había olvidado, también tenemos a Rubén Villegas, que vive en Bocas del Toro, pero él es colombiano, pero él vive ya en Bocas del Toro, que viene ahora en el siguiente hit también.
Sí, Rubén estuvo en mi casa. Sí. Ese es mi contacto. Sí. Estuve con Rubén y hoy llegamos aquí temprano, cedo. Rubén, que va a estar a competir en la próxima manga y que va a estar representando Colombia, pero todavía está viviendo en Bocas del Toro, Panamá. Ahorita viene Noah Capdeville, pero la izquierdita no estaba muy buena y atrás, lo mismo con Milo de Hal. Los dos franceses se quitaron de la ola porque no son fáciles las condiciones. ¿Tú cuándo vas para dentro de agua?
No.
¿Tú no compites?
No.
Ah, tú no compites.
No. Yo estoy acompañándolos a ellos y
Solo
soy más parte
acompañando.
del comité para llevar esto adelante. Sí.
¿Y cómo funciona eso? ¿Tú estás como entrenando, haciendo como con el team estés juntos y que se chequeen para la prueba y todo más?
Exacto, sí. Más en la parte administrativa de tirar las competencias en Panamá y de que los muchachos estén bien y cosas así.
Eso. Entonces viene aquí para hacer el network, estar aquí con la gente del tour. Y como dijiste y bien, posiblemente en un futuro vamos a tener una prueba de World Tour en Panamá. Si tú tuvieses que elegir una playa que para hacer un all tour de bodyboard, una ola que sea como que encuadra perfectamente bodyboard, ¿qué ola dirías que estaba perfecta para hacer una competencia allá?
Creo que Bluff en Bocas del Toro.
Eso, sin duda, está fuerte, un beach break, un short break, tiene tubo, tiene rampa, tiene de todo, y yo pienso que sería un buen showcase para bodyboard.
Así es.
Eso. You're tuning in now back to English because Gustavo speaks English same way, so we can keep up the comments in different international languages. Right now in the water we have heat number 7 of round 2 of the Pro Men's division. Leading this heat is Noah Capdeville, the Frenchman, with a 4-wave point, the best wave in this heat so far. In black, Milo Delage, and right now up and riding, this is Noah Capdeville. 360, Gustavo, what do you think he's going to do next? Nice roll there by Noah Capdeville. I think he's going to improve that best score of a 4-point. A combo of a 360 with the roll. Nice wave there. Out the back, the Frenchman, Milo Delage. Nice roll there. Still trying to find something there. But as soon as the wave hits this very deep part, the wave just fades off and he's not able to do more moves on that wave. So we'll wait for the scores on that one. Right now, Edwin Nunes is on a wave with a 2.1, but this is Dave Obert. Nice 360 there, trying to connect this wave, but he skips out the back after that 360. ¿Qué otro nombre le dan a Edwin Nunes?
Chitra.
El Chitra. Rubén me halló de Edwin, que es Chitra. En ronda 1, que no se dice, Chitra estaba con Rubén en la misma manga. Pero no ha pasado, hacemos un jump through en la ronda 1, estamos ahorita en la ronda 2 y así que termine esa ronda, el primer día está terminado. Ahí va Chitra, vamos a ver qué encuentra aquí en esta derecha, un buen rollo, todavía continúa, intentar conectar esa ola con el inside, pero la onda está muy flojita y Chitra se quita de la ola y yo pienso que es lo mejor. Dave Obert out the back. There he goes. Nice extender roll there. He completes the move. And I think this is the best way for Dave Herbert so far. It's really nice to see Dave Herbert back in the World Tour once again, especially here in Portugal. So many years that he's been coming to this event. And it looks like he's not skipping a beat and is joining us here in Portugal once again as we see the replay. What do you think about this wave, Gustavo?
I think it was a great wave for him. Yes.
And so we're going to wait for the scores of this last wave of Dave Herbert. See if the heat situation changes. There's still a lot of time on the clock remaining. As you can see, the riders pedaling out the back, trying to find some more waves to increase the scores at the moment. And it looks like Dave Herbert just posted a 5-point, and the last wave of Noah Capdeville was a 4-point. So Noah keeps the lead so far. Dave Herbert jumps from 4th position into 2nd position. Now the Frenchman in the black, Milo Delage, is in 3rd position. And Edwin Nunes from Panama, Chitra, is in 4th position. His last wave was a 2.15. What part of Panama does Chitra come from?
Yeah, he's from Pedací. It's about 4 hours from the city, from Panama City. It's a little town, have a very good wave, and yeah, he's from a very small town from Panama.
Pacific Ocean.
Pacific Ocean.
Pacific
yes.
Ocean. So it's the Pacific side of Panama.
Yeah, their local bridge is called Lagarde Point. It's a very, very good way for bodyboard.
Wow. So that could be easily one place that we could take, that we could take the World Tour. If you were to choose the Caribbean side of the Pacific side of Panama, which one do you think has got better ways for bodyboarding?
I think the best way for bodyboard is bluff in Boca del Toro. And after that, you can go to the Pacific side. You have Lagar Point, Chame Banks, Santa Catalina. And the Caribbean part, the thing with bluff is like January, February, March is pumping. So that's the time for the Pacific. Is more like, you know, constant. There's always every month there's something, or every 2 weeks there's usually something happening.
So do you think there's more bodyboarders on the Pacific or in the Caribbean side?
On the Pacific side.
Ah.
Why? Because there's more. The population in Panama is more to the Pacific side.
Okay.
That's the reason. And the Caribbean side just have Boca del Toro and Colón, but there's not too many people there, and it's harder to get to those, those places. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, if you're listening, Boca del Toro is a group of islands on the Caribbean side of Panama, and like you're mentioning, in January, February, March, you've got pumping waves, you've got bluff and other bunch of reef breaks. I'm not telling you need to go there and find out for yourself, but bluff is definitely one that sticks out, and I think it's perfect for bodyboarding. Right now, the situation still remains. In the lead is Noah Capdeville, the Frenchman, holding on to 2 waves, both of a 4-point, and chasing and breathing down his neck in second place position is David Hubbard. He's holding on to a 5-point wave at the moment, the best scoring wave in this heat so far. The Frenchman in black, Milo Delage, still remains in 3rd position. He just finished the wave, a nice stylish reverse, tries to connect it with a 360. Unfortunately, the wave just faded out and he was not able to complete that last move. So I don't think that will factor into his best 2 scores, but I'm no judge. Let's wait on that. And in 4th position, Chitra, Edwin Nunes, representing Panama, the La Guarda Point, his own Lagar Point, his own break, and he comes here to Portugal. So I know that in Panama, the water is warm. So what kind of things did happen the first time that you guys come here? Because you got here a couple of days ago, I know, and you first sampled the cold waters.
They were kind of suffering. They got here on the September 5th, so they have been practicing 6, 7, 8, and 9. And they still don't get used to the water. It's very cold for them, but it's all part of the game, you know.
Yeah, definitely. This is some of the things that you don't think. Like for me, when I go travel to warm waters, of course I take my shorts, but I always have a wetsuit because I live in Portugal and the water is cold. But if you live in a place like Panama, you don't want a wetsuit, you know? So did you guys need to buy a wetsuit? Did you buy a wetsuit here? Well, what was the...
Yeah, they got some wetsuits.
Oh! Big ARS from Chitra, Edwin Nunes. Nice roll there, trying to combo those moves, still trying to bring the wave all the way to the inside. Let's see if he can find another section. It's trying to connect it, going all the way into the inside and gives up. But nice move out the back from the Panamanian bodyboarder Edwin Nunes, also known as Chitra, putting on a show here. Let's wait for the scores for that ARS into roll combo. And he's only needing a 5.11. Let's see if that's the wave he's looking for to jump and attack the 2nd place position. Although the rider in red, David Robert, just finished the roll, and we're waiting for the scores on the last wave as well. So 11 minutes remaining, still can happen. And going back to the conversation, the riders from Panama is struggling with the cold. I had the chance to surf in Ericeira with Ruben. He stayed at my house, and every day that he goes into the water, something different happens with the cold. either his head hurts or his feet are hurting, and it's super funny because you're not used to it. And for us, this is not even cold water because in the winter it gets even colder, you know. So it was really funny to see Ruben struggling the cold. But yeah, they need to get used to it. This is the name of the game, like you mentioned. It's cold water. We're in Portugal, European leg of the World Tour. And the Frenchman Milo Delage trying to find a section there on this wave, going for the backflip, trying to turning it around. Unfortunately for Milo, not completing that one. And still waiting for the scores of the last waves. So the last wave of Red was a 3.75, and now he jumps into the lead as we watch the replay for Milo Delage, and he gets stuck on this backflip there. He tries to turn in the move, but unfortunately for Milo, he does not complete it. So right now, Noah Capdeville is relegated to second position, but still advancing at the moment into round 3. And third position is the Frenchman Milo Delage. And the last wave of Chitra Edwin Nunes came out as a 4.2. Now Chitra only needs a 3.81 to jump into second. What is the moves that Chitra is known for? What is go-to move?
He's a do-it-all guy. So I think that depends. Like our point is a very it's a heavy wave. He likes like a lot of strength force on the wave and have like a very nice ramp. So he's a waterman and he works hard for this. So I'm happy for him. Yes.
So you said that this year you made like a team?
Yes, we did. Right now we're trying to finish with 4 competitions in Panama. We have 2, I think that in October is coming the next one, and maybe beginning of December the last one. We took the first 2 riders from the men, which is Chitra and Eloy, and the first one for the women to come here. We're going to start like making it bigger. For next year we'll try to get like a team of 5 or something like that to start coming to the tours, and the guys getting more experience outside of Panama.
So they were
competing with guys like Dave Hoover and that.
Basically, Gustavo, you're responsible for organizing a committee of riders coming from Panama. Right. You picked up the first and the second on the tour, and also the best girl in the tour for the Panama to represent Panama here. Do you get like government support or any support?
Nothing yet. We're trying to get their
attention.
Their attention, yeah. And all of these will help us,
Of course.
Events and all of that we're trying to, because in Panama usually they're just helping soccer and they suck, but they're helping soccer and they don't help anything else. But I think that with this, we will call our attention, and at least I think that they will start like giving at least something, to help for the guys representing Panama.
Yeah, for sure. And for your committee as well, it's really nice to see how an international competition unfolds, and they get the chance to compete with the best in the world, and give them something to hope for in the future, for sure. And maybe even in your events improve not only the quality of the event, but the level of riding. And for sure, right now in Panama, everyone is tuning in and cheering for the Panama. So if you're tuning in the Facebook page, and if you're watching for Panama, send a saludo to Chitra and send him some vibraciones positivas so that Chitra can probably advance into round 3 and represent Panama alongside the top riders in the world. That would be amazing.
Awesome.
That feat alone would be amazing, just to have one Panamanian bodyboarder competing with the best in the world. Right now it's the replay of the last wave of Dave Obert. Nice extended roll once again. Dave Obert, no stranger to competition. He knows what it needs to advance into the next rounds, what it takes for a rider and what he needs to do to advance into the next rounds. And currently he's doing it so in a goodly fashion that he's leading this heat. Noah Capdeville is still holding on to both waves of 4. He did so complete those waves in the beginning of the heat, but now it's staying quiet and very patiently and waiting. 6 minutes remaining. Milo Delage as well has got those 2 waves in the range of the 3 points that he's got early in this heat. And Edwin Nunes is now looking for that 4.81. His last wave was a 4.2, so he can do it. The living proof is this, he is already as a 4.2. So what do you think it needs for Chitra to get and find that wave?
I think that let's see. I think that if he can get something similar what he got last time, but what's the time left?
5 minutes and 20 seconds. Still plenty of time.
Yes.
So una vez más, si estás mirando de Panamá, estás mirando en Facebook, vaya a la caja de comentarios y deja una banderilla de Panamá, algo así, para que envíen energía positiva para Chitra, que necesita solo de un 3.81. Y tenemos aquí Gustavo, que hace parte del comité, que ha juntado un par de riders de Panamá para representar Panamá aquí, y bodyboard panameño en total aquí en los Sintra Pro. La primera vez que vienen aquí panameños. Increíble. Bienvenidos. Gracias por hacer parte de esa fiesta. Y vamos a ver si Edwin Núñez, a.k.a. Chitra, da una ración de fiesta para todo Panamá. ¿Qué horas son ahorita en Panamá?
Ahorita
¿Tú sabes?
Sería, sí. Son 6 horas de diferencia, o sea, son las 6:54 de la mañana.
Dios mío. Y tenemos Belisario Espiño Rodríguez poniendo la banderilla de Panamá, viendo Jesús Vicente Herrera, Pepazo Lazo, y vamos Chitra si se puede.
Pedacillas, where Chitra is from.
Pedacillas. Pepazo Lazo. Alejandro Arosemena, tuning in as well, and Edgar Acosta. Vamos Chitra, tú consigues 4 minutos. Solo le falta una ola de 3.81, ya tiene una de 4.2, por eso Edwin está capaz. Vamos a ver si la mamá naturaleza le da un regalo y se puso allá y está en segundo Nuevo Capdeville, lo francés. Así muy cerca está también lo francés que está de negro, Milo Delage. Y son muy buenos competidores esos dos chicos. Antes una promesa del junior y ahorita están compitiendo en la categoría suprema del bodyboard mundial. Y uno que no está extraño a títulos mundiales y competiciones internacionales, liderando esa manga, Dave Ubar, que está de rojo.
Eso es otra cosa que queremos activar, es el junior, que se nos está quedando esa parte y mujeres. Queremos subir esa parte para que sigan las generaciones.
So you're mentioning, so you have a 4 event like national tour in Panama.
Yeah, we're trying to get to we have 2 right now. There's the next one coming in October, and we're trying to do 1 more before the end of the year.
Ah, cool. And always in different places in Panama.
Always in different places, and it's a waiting time. So we wait for the big swell of the month so there's a waiting time of 2 weeks, and when it say go to the.
How many competitors do you have per event?
We have
more or
the
less.
Last competition, I think that was around 40.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was big.
And everyone coming from all different parts of
All
Panama.
different parts of Panama. Yes.
But Panama might seem small, but for you to get to one side to the other, it takes time. So it's really good effort. 40 plus competitors in the national tour in Panama. World beware, Panama is coming up. Coming up as well is Milo Delage on this roll and completing this move. He's on the hunt for a 4.16 to advance into second position. That is occupied by his fellow Frenchman, Noah Capdeville out the back. Dave Herbert trying to have a look at that wave, but unfortunately for him, that wave did not provide the section he was looking for. And right now we're waiting for the last wave of the rider in red. Will it be the 4.16 that he's looking for? We'll have to wait and see. And in fourth place position, the Panamanian rider Chitra. Uh-oh, there he goes. Looks like he listened to us. There he goes, Edwin Nunes, Chitra. Nice roll there, completes. Let's see if he can do one more. He kicks out. I don't know, 3.81. What do you think, Gustavo? Do you think that's the 3.81 that he needed?
I wish. I don't think so.
Okay. 1 minute remaining on the clock. There goes Noah Capdeville, waiting a long time to catch this wave, but there he goes. Nice 360 there. A little bit of a stuck up on that roll, but he's able to complete it. I don't think he's going to improve that 4-point wave that he has as his best wave and his backup. And we have Mane Cordova tuning in and supporting Chitra. Jairi Lama supporting Chitra. A lot of people Panama watching, and it's not even 7 o'clock in the morning. Bodyboarding in Panama is a really big thing, huh?
They were in the WhatsApp chats saying like they want to be on at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. was when this event was starting. So they have to put alarms and stuff to.
Okay, Dave Weber with the last wave effort. Let's see what he can do. Reverse spin there, and he goes for a check floated there. He knows that this heat is finished. We're still waiting for scores. Let's see. Okay, Milo Delage, last wave, 4.3. He jumps into second place, sorry, and steals away that position from Noah Capdeville. Still waiting for that last wave of Chitra, the rider in yellow. Let's see if he finds the wave he's looking for. Meanwhile, Dave Weber just finished his last wave. Don't go anywhere. We'll come right back into the action after a commercial break. See you soon.
Fonderia. Il tempo passa, lo stile resta.
Welcome everyone, bienvenido. Estoy aquí con Gustavo de Panamá, que tiene un comité de bodyboarders de Panamá. Infelizmente parece que Edwin Núñez, a.k.a. Chitra, no ha pasado, pero solo la experiencia de estar aquí es increíble.
Increíble, ¿no? Sí. Creo que tuvo una buena ola. ¿Qué te pareció la ola?
Sí, estaba bueno, un rare ries, consiguió hacer un combo con un roll. Yo pienso que la aterrizaje de la ries no fue la mejor. Es la competencia, tenemos que ser perfectos para que los jueces miren nuestros moves y que digan vale eso, vale otro, pero yo pienso que la representación de Chitra no pasó así blanda, ¿sabes? Y puse su carimbo acá en los Sintra Pro. Yo pienso que es una cuestión de tiempo, que venga más años, y Chitra seguramente si es lo mejor en Panamá y si he mirado los niveles, tiene nivel para estar acá. Casi subí en esa batería y seguía.
Y a Chitra lo vamos a ver de nuevo en Dropney.
En Dropney, eso. Todavía la competición no ha terminado para Edwin Núñez. Ahorita dentro de agua tenemos Kavika Kamai de Hawaii, está con la camiseta roja. Y tenemos Nicolas Rogner, que está representando a Alemania, y está de blanco, pero vive aquí en Praia Grande hace mucho tiempo. Compite aquí también hace mucho tiempo. Es de blanco, Nicolas Rogner. De amarillo tenemos Francisco Capú Ocasio de Puerto Rico. Mucho puertorriqueño ese año aquí también. Y en los comentarios también, si está mirando de Puerto Rico, de Alemania o de Hawaii, vamos a mandar enviar aquí un comment, un shout out. Y de Colombia, Rubén Villegas, que vive en Bocas del Toro, Panamá. Está aquí con la comitiva de Panamá, pero está representando su país, Colombia. Eso, tenemos ya Nicolas Rogner ahí. Rubén está de negro. En negro, el patito negro. Vamos a ver cómo sale el patito negro. Y está afuera. Podemos mirar ahí Rubén representando a Colombia afuera con su camiseta negra y su tabla amarilla. Y seguimos en la última manga del día. Esa que es la ronda 2. ¿Qué tú piensas de las condiciones de todos los días que estás acá desde que llegaste a Praia Grande? ¿Y qué piensas de Praia Grande?
Sin embargo, Lois, Chitra y Verónica estaban acá desde el 5 habían estado surfeando todos estos días. Las condiciones las veo difíciles, un poco el día de hoy, pues el viento y un poco picado. Creo que mejoran, según reportes, ¿no? Mejoran mañana, jueves y viernes. Pero tú que sabes más acá de Playa Grande, ¿cómo ves el día comparado ahí a como...
Sí, veo como ayer veo una tormenta y rompió un poquito la fase de la ola, de la fase del mar, y las olas están muy movidas, así como tormenta. Pero la cosa buena de esa tormenta es que mañana viene el swell que esa tormenta está originando, ¿sabe? Porque está muy viento, muy fuerte, y así funciona los ground swell. Aquí vienen con viento al principio, y después de pasar la tormenta quedan las olas, y después depende del viento tenemos o no buenas condiciones. Pero las previsiones que tenemos son buenísimas, porque tenemos ola, un swell muy sólido con un buen periodo, tiene espacio entre la ola, y tenemos offshore winds, vientos van a estar offshore. Entonces los próximos 5 días aquí en Sintra van a estar increíbles y queremos mirar todo. Mira, está Rubén Villegas, el colombiano, ya viene con 360. Rivers, muy activo Rubén, su primera ola, vamos a ver si consigue conectar con el inside. Y Rubén mira que no tiene mucha oportunidad ya y se quita de la ola. Okay, if you're tuning in and watching this last heat of round 2, we've got in the water Nicholas Roger representing Germany, but he's a local here in Praia Grande, no stranger to competition here in Sintra. He's no stranger as well to the final days, because Nicholas has been getting some really good results here throughout the years. Representing Hawaii, Kalvika Kamai, Vix. If you're tuning in and watching from Hawaii, send the Hawaiian flags, give us a shout out. Also in yellow, representing Puerto Rico, Francisco Capu Ocasio. Vamos Puerto Rico a representar ahí en la caja de comentarios en Facebook. Y desde Colombia, Rubén Villegas. ¿Tú piensas que alguien de Colombia está mirando y viendo Rubén compitiendo acá?
Yo creo que sí, o por lo menos en Bocas del Toro puede estar la gente.
So if you're watching from Bocas del Toro, give a shout out to Rubén Villegas. We got Andrea Light joining us here in the live webcast. James Díaz, mi amigo de... ¿Sabe dónde eres James Díaz? Es de Costa Rica. Está en Puerto Viejo. Qué bonito sitio. James, espero un día volver a visitarte una vez más. Estuve contigo el año pasado. Tenemos Andrés Cavero Melgarejo. Saludos del Perú. Muchas gracias por estar conectado. Alejandro Arosemanera aquí está representando Panamá, posiblemente mandando vibra positiva aquí a Rubén Villegas, que está representando Colombia, pero vive en Panamá. Marcy, Colton Criley, go Vix. Okay, some support for the Hawaiian in the water. Juanchi Greco, I think, is representing Argentina. Thanks for tuning in. George Umthries, tuning in from Australia. Nice to see you on the webland. Georgie and Jair Lamas. Vamos, Rubén Villegas. Jair Lamas viene de Panamá. Eso. We got Max Pacheco Candelas representing Puerto Rico. Vamos, Puerto Rico. Estamos aquí en fuerza. Tenemos Francisco Ocasio en la agua. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Some questions saying when there's the DK start. DK only tomorrow. Today we're only running the round 2 of the men's pro division. The conditions are a little bit messy. We've got some good conditions waiting for us this week. So we decided to run round number 2, get this round number 2 out of the way. Round number 3, we'll see the top riders coming in to play in the competition. And we still got the women's division, pro juniors division, and also the DK, where we're going to see Chitra once again in competition. Okay, the shoutouts keep coming in. Keep pressing the emoji buttons like I'm doing now. Send some thumbs up or some hearts if you're tuning in, wherever you're tuning in. This is going to be the last seat of the day. Wow, Kavix Kamai from Hawaii getting some airtime there. Stylish. still trying to work this wave all the way through to where it's possible to work it until the wave sides out the back. There was Nicholas already having a look at that wave, and Nicholas already has a 5-point wave under his belt. Ruben Villegas did score a 2.25 on that last wave, and Kevika Kamai already has a 2-point wave, but we're still waiting for the score of that last wave that he rode. Some stylish move that he got there with the backwash. And in yellow, Francisco Capu Ocasio, Puerto Rico. Sí, habla español, no hay problema.
Praia Grande,
Sí.
en las condiciones perfectas, es más, más ordenada, izquierda, derecha. Cuéntame un poquito de este break.
Así, ese es un beach break, se llama Playa Grande, en español hace sentido, es una big beach, significa big beach. Y tienes de todo acá, izquierda, derecha. Las condiciones cambian mucho con la marea, depende de los fondos, por ver si los fondos están afuera, por ver si los fondos están inside. Aquí mirando, que estoy mirando en la tele, aquí, se mira que los fondos posiblemente están de marea baja porque los bancos están afuera y que estamos ahorita de marea llena y la ola tiene así como no conecta hasta el inside todo. O sea, tenemos un fondo afuera y vemos ahorita Ruben Villegas intentando ahí encontrar una sección 360 reverse, muy estiloso ahí, pero las olas no están conectando, como te dice. La marea llena hace así que llaman un fondo y la ola no rompe, por eso la onda está afuera. Y entonces, cuando la marea se pone vacía, seguramente va a romper en los mismos sitios, pero un poquito con más fuerza y posiblemente un poco más close out, ¿sabes? Con más fuerza. Pero mañana viene el offshore, vamos también a empezar a mirar dónde están los fondos y ahí te puedo decir, mira, eso va, y tú propio vas a mirar que dónde están las olas, si está más izquierda, un fondo con más izquierda o más derecha, y también va a depender mucho de la marea. Entonces, esperar por mañana, y lo que mañana va a hacer te va a decir más o menos cómo va a ser toda la semana de competencia. Ok, la última ola de 2.1 de Ruben Villegas, el atleta de negro representando Colombia, y ahorita está en segundo. Está en segundo y una ola ahorita para Kavika Kamai. Nice roll there for the young Hawaiian Vix representing Hawaii in the red singlet. He's trying to get rid of a 0.65, and I think with this replay and this nice roll, he's going to do so. So let's wait for the scores on that last wave. So Kavika Kamai just jumped into the lead because of this previous wave, 3.5. So Kavika Kamai is in the lead, still waiting for the last score of this wave, probably. And Nicholas Roger in the white, patiently waiting out the back. So he's holding on to a 5-point and is still looking for his second wave. Ruben Villegas keeping busy, but still not a very expressive score so far. But still 30 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this heat, so plenty of time for all of these riders to put on a show and improve the scores. Okay, 30 minutes remaining on this one. Kavika Kamai, aka Vix, is leading this one. Kavika has been visiting Sintra as well in the past years. I think last year he was here and 2 years ago he was. Out the back. Ruben Villegas, roll and reverse now. Still trying to connect the wave into the inside, but the waves are not collaborating, especially on the high tide. They will not connect to the inside. When the tide gets down, probably that will start to happen, and when the tide is dead low, the waves will stay in the banks that we were watching. Let's wait for the scores of this last wave of Ruben Villegas. He's looking for 2.51 to jump into second, but the rider in white, Nicholas Roger, only has one wave, and he's about to catch his second wave. Nicholas Rogner, there he goes, nice roll there, completes the move, and this is going to be a nice backup wave to join that 5-point wave that he already got in the first wave. ¿Cómo ves esa ola, última ola de Blanco? ¿Cómo la ves?
Bueno, creo que hizo le salió lo mejor que podía, le sacó lo que le podía sacar la ola. Muy bien.
Okay, that came in as a 3.65, última ola de Blanco, 3.65. Blanco vuelve a primero otra vez y vamos a ver con 11 minutos 30 segundos que pueda pasar. Ruben Villegas ahorita está en tercero, necesita ahora de 3.76 para saltar para segundo, que está ocupado por lo havaiano que está de rojo. En cuarto está lo puertorriqueño Francisco Capú Ocasio, todavía buscando una ola sólida. 11 minutos, vamos a ver qué pasa. So, if you're tuning in, keep on giving the shout-outs. So, Kavika is watching with us, or someone took his phone. Someone took his phone, is watching live. A lot of people tuning in, sending shout-outs from Costa Rica. There's Jeremy Valverde Mora, thanks for tuning in. Davide, Kike Orena, Suerte Villegas desde Panamá. Jared Stere, saludos de Aruba, saludos para Aruba. And a lot of people tuning in. Thanks for all your support. Make sure you're tuning in for the next stage. This will be the last heat of the day, the last heat of round 2 of the Pro Men's Division. We will resume competition tomorrow, day number 2 of the Sintra Pro 2019 World Tour Series event. Quest Tour, a lot of points to be had, and we've got world title implications during this event. So make sure you do not miss any of the action. 5-star quest event, 5,000 points up for grabs. Very important points for the World Tour aspirations. I'm joined here by Gustavo, representing Panama and the Panama Committee. We just saw Edwin Nunes compete in Chitra. We also had Eloy. ¿Cómo le salió a Eloy? Sí, bien cerca. Okay, the other ride from Eloy. Está nuevito. So, first time competing here in the Sintra Pro, coming from Panama. Eloy Gonzalez and also Edwin Nunes, they lost already in their respective heats, but we're still gonna see Chitra, Edwin Nunes in the drop knee division. Is he good drop knee rider, Edwin?
Yeah, he's first place in Panama.
Drop knee. Okay. So you've got in Panama, when you do your competitions, you've got the prone and you've got the DK and the women.
And the women,
Yes.
yes. We have one old school for the.
Okay, Masters. Masters division. That must be funny. Okay, that's it of the day. Nicholas Rosner is leading this one, applying for sure his local knowledge and waiting patiently for the best waves. It's proving out to be a good strategy as he's leading this one. Kavika Kamai is holding on to second position. He's holding on to a 3.5 as his best wave and a 2.75 that allow him to be stuck to the second place position. Right close to him is the rider in black, Ruben Villegas. Let's see, big set now. Let's see what the riders can do. And this is Kavika Kamai trying to attack that end section, but he didn't saw a lot of potential there, so he decided to skip that one. And let's wait for another set. Like I was saying, Ruben Villegas is in third place position. He's now needing a 3.76. That's not too much, and I know Ruben can do it. And in yellow, still struggling to find a nice wave, is Francisco de Puerto Rico, Francisco Ocasio. Okay, there was Ruben Villegas trying to combo that wave. Unfortunately for Ruben, He did not complete that last move, so he needs to pedal out the back, because I don't think that's the 3.76 that he needs.
No, it's definitely not.
What do you think that he needs to do to get that 3.76? If you were to now talk to Ruben and give him some advice, what do you say to Ruben?
I think that first he has to wait for the right wave, because I think like the wave at the end, like you said, with the tide, is not giving him the chance to do something else. And I think that he has already. He just needs one good wave. So I think that he has to, what Mother Nature can give him.
There goes Nicholas Roger, the current heat leader, trying to find the section there. And like you mentioned, Gustavo, the key here is to find the wave that will allow you to maneuver that section, that critical section that will allow you to score and impress the judges. So the judges say, wow, it shows a nice wave. He did find the section and he did complete this move. I think that's the most important thing. And I think I agree with you. The best advice we could give to Ruben at the moment would be stay calm, wait for the good one, and try to time the section and attack the lip and complete the move. So we got Kavika Kamai trying to do that, but unfortunately for Kavika, did not find that accession. He did have a lot of speed off of that bottom turn, but the wave did not offer the accession that he was looking for. So let's see what unfolds in this last 6 minutes of the competition. This is Francisco Ocasio representing Puerto Rico, trying to go for a roll there. Unfortunately for Francisco, he gets stuck on the landing and is not able to complete that move. Right now, I can see in the water Ruben Villegas pedaling out, and also out the back is Kavika Kamai waiting for a set wave. Uh-oh, there goes Ruben Villegas. Ruben is trying to connect the wave, but I think that's not the way to go. He needs to find a wave that he can do a move out the back and complete one move. And that's, I think, from what I've been watching throughout the day, that's what judges are looking for. They're looking for the strong move on the outside, and they're not caring much about if you're connecting the wave to the inside. It's all about getting a big wave out the back, getting a strong wave, reaching that critical section, hit it, and complete the move. And I think that is going to be the highest scores for any of the riders that are still in competition. Last heat of the day, and we are currently with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Nicholas Roger is leading this one. Local knowledge does help here and is applying it to the fullest, because he's leading this one with a wave of a 5 and a 3.65. Right after him is Vix, aka Kavika Kamai from Hawaii, is trying to improve that 2.75 as he holds on to second place position that allows him to advance into the next round. As we see the replay of the last wave of Vix, and he was able to complete a roll, go for a 360 on the foam there, and kicks out of the wave. I don't know if this is going to improve his situation. Let's see what the judges think of that one. And there goes Francisco Ocasio from Puerto Rico trying to deal with that wave, but unfortunately for him, not finding that section. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Uh-oh, out the back, Nicholas Roger, current heat leader, there he goes. Oh, trying to connect the section. Nice roll there, and he completes it. Let's see if he's going to improve that 3.65 that he has as a backup. And looks like Nicholas is trying to bring this wave all the way into the inside. Roll out the back. Spin move once again. 2 spin moves, and now it washes into the sand. And on the high tide, it's just a short break there on the inside. Take us through this replay, Gustavo.
Yeah, that's what I was talking, like waiting, but it looks like it's more like I don't know if the left is like giving you that
the section,
section that you need, because I see Ruben just taking right, and he has the same finish. But we'll see what's the time right now, 2:10.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see what can still unfold in this competition. Still fighting to find a decent wave is Francisco Ocasio, the rider from Puerto Rico, remaining in 4th position so far. In 3rd position, Ruben Villegas. Looks like the last wave of Kavika Kamai did not improve his situation. So Ruben is still on the hunt for the 3.76 to take away that 2nd place position from Kavika Kamai. Leading this one, and in 1st position is Nicholas Rogner. His last wave 5.25, so improves his situation. And there goes Ruben. No, but that wave doesn't have what he needs and what it gets to get that 3.76. Out the back is Kavika Kamai. Looks like he was watching Ruben catch that wave, as he knows probably that Ruben is breathing now in his neck and only needs a 3.76 to take away that 2nd place advancing position. So let's see if Mother Nature delivers more waves. 1 minute 20 seconds. Last heat of the day, here of day 1 of the Sintra Pro 2019, a World Tour Series Quest event. 5-star, 5,000 points up for grabs, $30,000 prize money. Okay, Ruben Villegas, what he's doing? This is not the wave he wants. So, I'm not sure, so please check in on the social media, Instagram and Facebook. There will be a post letting all competitors know what time they do need to check in tomorrow. There goes Nicholas Rogner finding an inside wave there, going for a reverse spin, and we're not able to see what he did. And 30 seconds, Ruben is on the inside. I don't know if he's got time to catch a wave. And there he goes, Ruben. Can he find the 3.6 on the inside? Goes for a roll there. See if he can do one more move. 360 there. Still going. He needs to find another section. Goes for another roll. Wow. Maybe this is the wave Ruben is looking for. I don't know if the judges are rewarding 3.76. I don't know if the judges are rewarding the inside wave. Who is leading the committee here for the Panama bodyboarders that decided this year to visit. What was the thing that decided you guys like, we're gonna go to Sintra to compete?
The last event that we had, I think was in August, and we got so pumped with that we like we have to do some whatever we need to go to the next level. We got in the APB website to see what's next, and we're like, okay, like the timing is for Sintra, and we'll do whatever it takes
to be in Sintra. So you decided to round up once again a committee of bodyboarders for Panama. You chose the top 2 riders for Panama from the national circuit that you guys making, and the top woman. So it's a three rider committee that comes. And
Chitra competing in
prone and drop knee. So there you have it. You have Gustavo leading the committee for the Panama bodyboarders here, visiting Sintra this year, the 24th edition of the longest running event in the history of bodyboarding competition. So right now we're waiting for the scores of that last heat. I'm gonna pick up my cell phone. You should do the same. You should go into the stacked app and see what kind of score did Ruben Villegas get on his last wave. And it was a 3.75. He needed the 3.76, but because it's a best wave, he qualified and jumped into second place and advanced into the next round. So congratulations to Colombia, also Panama. Yes, because Ruben lives in Panama. And advancing into the next round, official results. First, Nicholas Roger with a white singlet representing Germany, but Nicholas is a local here in Sintra. Second place, as you can see in your stacked app, is Ruben Villegas from Colombia, being a spoiler for Kavika Kamai, being knocked out in this competition as well with Francisco Ocasio. We're going to send it back to Tessa McKenna. We're going to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Gustavo. See you all tomorrow. And Tessa McKenna is going to tell you what's going to happen in the next days.
Okay,
Bye,
so
guys.
thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on day number 1 here at the 2019 Sintra Portugal Pro. Of course, a quest event coming to you live from Praia Grande, just near Lisbon in Portugal, a beautiful part of the world. In fact, they call it the romantic capital of Portugal. So come on over here and check it out for yourself. That's a wrap. As you saw, the waves are pretty ordinary today. The swell is coming in fast, and tomorrow is looking like it will be a great day of competition. I'd say the swell will be probably twice as big tomorrow, so we're going to see some nice action. The wind is about half as strong, and then as we get into the week, we'll see the women in the DK and the Pro Junior guys doing their stuff. So thank you very much. We had around about 80,000 people tuning in, so thanks to everyone who watched the broadcast. My name's Tessa McKenna from the APB on behalf of our CEO, Alex Leon, and all the guys back there in Australia. Thanks again from the APB, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day number 2 here at Sintra. We're signing off, and we'll catch you then. Thank
Imagina o seu mel de sonho.
Imagino com desporto. Com o desporto rei e com os reis do desporto.
Filmes épicos, atores épicos, batalhas épicas, tudo épico.
Tem que ter séries, para eu ver, séries futuristas e criaturas de outro mundo, senão não quero.
Imagine juntar ao seu mel o melhor do desporto, filmes e séries. Adira à fibra Ultra HD do Mel com oferta até 6 meses dos canais Eleven Sports e do Mel Filmes e Séries. Ligue 16200. Mel, humaniza-te.